Because of that, I was also traveling, so we did not have class. So before that, we were discussing the answer to the second question asked by Vidura. Having heard how the Suta Magadha Vandi have already foretold what kind of activities that Prithviraj Maharaj would do in the future. The second question was all about why Indra stole the horse and why he was not killed. So then, how Lord Brahma came and stopped Pruthu from performing the 100th sacrifice. So that was the question for which the answer is being given now in this chapter and the next chapter. So we'll be seeing that particular thing in these two chapters. So, at a place known as Brahmavarta, which is on the bank, it is in between Ganga and Saraswati rivers. So Pruthu was decided to perform 100 sacrifices. The reason was Mother Earth accused Pruthu, saying that you are chasing after me by upraised bow and arrow, but people like you, the kings like you, have not performed the sacrifice. Whatever food grains I generally produce, they are all meant to worship Lord Vishnu through the process of sacrifice. But none of these kings are the previous kings are not performing. So what is the guarantee that you will perform? Then Pruthu said, "Do you see? I will perform." So Pruthu decided that not one, two, three. I will perform 100 sacrifices. You accused me that kings are not performing sacrifice. I will perform 100. So like that, Pruthu said. Even after the performance of one sacrifice, the entire land where Pruthu is ruling all became prosperous. Okay, that was the glory of Pruthu's sacrifice. All the devatas headed by Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu are completely satisfied. They are also present in the sacrifice. And all the devatas profusely provided natural resources. So the entire kingdom was abundantly prosperous for one yajna. Then what to speak of yajna after yajna? He was performing 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Like that, so many sacrifices were performed. Mother Earth was becoming more overfluously prosperous. All devatas also very much satisfied. Entire universe is simply glorifying Pruthu. Because it is Pruthu who initially provided food as an emergency way directly from Mother Earth. Now, through the means of sacrifice, he is abundantly feeding all the super personalities also, all the devatas and other Upadevatas, etc. So everyone is glorifying Pruthu like anything. Hearing all those glories, somewhat Indra became little bit insecure. I have been known as the performer of 100 yajnas, Shatakratu or Shakra. So here is one more person is going to overdo that, and no one will remember me in the future or something like that. So only Pruthu will be remembered in the future, Shatakratu as. So accepting that during that 100 sacrifice, when Indra came in an invisible way, stole the horse, and gone into the skies. So then Atri Muni, supposed to do the priest there, he saw that the horse was being taken away, and through his mystic potency, he realized that it was Indra who was stealing away the horse. Then Atri indicated the son of Pruthu Maharaj. He told, "See, there is a person stealing away the horse, which is meant for the 100 sacrifice. Go and get it back. Even the person is Indra, don't spare him. If he releases it, fine. Otherwise, kill him and bring it back." Something like that. So, as the son of Pruthu was chasing after our Indra, Indra understood. So, this fellow is a formidable person. So, thinking for his own safety, he assumed the ropes of sannyasi. Then, seeing the ropes of a sannyasi, the son of Pruthu did not shoot the arrow. He lowered the bow because he cannot shoot arrows at sannyasis. But Atri insisted that no, he simply imitating the dress of a sannyasi is not a sannyasi. He is not a true sannyasi. Kill him. No, no, it is not a sin of killing such a person. So still, even with some doubt, Pruthu's son raised his bow. Then Indra understood, oh, this fellow is not leaving me even in sannyasi robes. He left behind the sannyasi robes. He left behind the horse and disappeared. So all the people saw it. So he brought the horse back. Then he got a name, Vijitashva. So again the Yajna continued. Indra again came invisible way, he created smoke all around and he released the horse whose rope was made up of gold so that it cannot be cut into pieces and it was tied to multiple posts. So somehow he put all the posts together. He slowly taken away the rope and along with the rope he took away the horse. Again Atri realized Indra again came and told. So he told Vijitashva, please go and get. So Vijitashva again followed after him. He assumed another sannyasi robes. He became little bit quiet. Then again Atri insisted, kill him. When he raised the bow, Indra disappeared. Like that he was doing again and again multiple times. So finally, our Pruthu Maharaj became frustrated. He said, what is this? Who is this fellow? Why he is doing so much things? In one sense, he is Indra. That thing is very much clearly known to Atri. But everyone is may not be aware of that is Indra only because he is seen by people wearing different clothes, not in Indra's robe. So for them, he was like a sadhu for everyone. Still, because he's unnecessarily causing trouble to the Yajna, Pruthu became angry and he raised his weapon. So then the Brahmanas are going to stop him. And the Brahmanas will take on themselves saying that, my dear king, Yajaman not supposed to kill anyone during the Yajna. So we know how to teach him a lesson. We know we will have special mantras. We will invite him into the fire. Something like that. They began to chant special mantras to invite Indra only into the fire. Just like Janamejaya performed a Sarpa Yajna in order to invite Takshaka, who killed his father unnecessarily by snake bite, to burn him into fire. He performed Sarpa Yajna. By chanting those mantras, whomsoever is called, they'll come back. Or something like that. So in that context, Brahma comes and stops the Brahmanas and stops Pruthu and tells him, please be happy with 99, why you want 100? So like that, things will go on in the chapter. And we have discussed somewhat in the previous class, previous to previous week. Now we will continue from text number 26 onwards. Of course, like that many dresses Indra wore, they eventually became different apsampradayas. So the foolish became attracted to the clothing which Indra accepted and later rejected. Naked persons refers to Jains, wearing red cloth refers to Buddhists, Adishu refers to the followers of Lord Shiva who carry a skull and others as well. So like that. Whatever these people follow, that is not actual dharma. That is called Upadharma or Chala dharma. A kind of Abhas dharma or a cheating dharma. In the name of dharma, some want to cheat. So something like that. But why would our Indra do all these things? What was the reason? Of course, from externally we can learn lesson understanding that Indra became insecure. Indra became envious of the glories of Pruthu. Indra became insecure that today onwards people only glorify Pruthu, no one will glorify me. Like that, that is for us to learn lesson. But internally, Indra being one of the most important responsible person, now when our Pruthu was ruling, it was like Treta Yuga. After Pruthu's rule, Dwapara Yuga is supposed to start. So he's sowing seeds for the Dwapara Yuga to start. In Satya and Treta, people know what is Dharma and what is Adharma, knowing that they would decide to follow Dharma and they would reject Adharma. In Dwapara Yuga, there is always confusion whether it is really Dharma or Adharma. Here, Indra wore some mendicant robes and gave it away. So they thought if Indra is wearing, so it must be Dharma. And since it is Dharma only, the king's son could not shoot arrows at Indra, at the sannyasi. So it is Dharma, no problem. But actually, he is not a sadhu. If sadhu wears sadhu robes, that is Dharma. If an asadu wears sadhu robes, how can it be Dharma? For the sake of protecting himself, he wore the clothes. Intention is very adharmic. So, so some may understand the intention, some may understand only externals. So for both it is confusion. If you consider dharma is confusion, if you consider the adharma also it is confusion. So the confusion state is Dwapara Yuga. In Dwapara Yuga there is always confusion. What we are doing is really dharma or adharma. So that is like Dwapara Yuga. And Kali Yuga is very clear. People are 100% sure. They consider adharma to be dharma, dharma to be adharma. In that there is no doubt. So completely opposite to Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga. That is Kali Yuga. So we discussed these three verses in the last class also. So adharmam dharmamiti ya manyate tamasavruta sarvartan viparitamsha buddhi sapartha tamasi. The people in the mode of tamoguna, they default consider adharma to be dharma, dharma to be adharma. In every aspect, they consider in the opposite way. This is the nature of the people in the mode of ignorance in the Kali Yuga. So that is the common nature of Kali Yuga. And Dwapara Yuga, pravrittimcha nivrittimcha, okay, sorry. Yaya dharmam adharmamcha karya chakaryamevacha. Ayatavat prajanati. They know ayatavat, not yatavat, not as it is. They know in an opposite way. Some not exactly completely opposite also. They don't know properly basically. What is dharma, what is adharma, what is to be done, what is not to be done. So this understanding they don't have clearly. They are always confusion. ये करेगा तो धर्म होगा, ये करेगा तो अधर्म होगा. There is always confusion. That is the nature of people in the mode of Rajoguna, which is the prominent quality of Dwapara Yuga. Then Satya Treta Yugas, people are mostly in Sattaguna. The quality of Sattaguna is pravrittimcha nivrittimcha karya akarye baya abaye bandham moksham cha ya veti buddhi sa partha satviki. The intelligence of the people in the mode of goodness who are supposed to who are living in Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga, they actually understand uh, what is pravrutti, what is nivrutti, what is pravrutti marga, what is nivrutti marga. They are not even talking about sinful things because the person in the mode of goodness does not even think of sinful activities. Here, pravrutti marga is that path which takes one to sarga for heavenly enjoyments. Nivritti marga is that path which takes one towards liberation, transcendence. So pravritti is sakama karma, nivritti is nishkama karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, and bhakti yoga. All these processes meant for taking one to transcendence. So they know what takes one to sargaloka or pitraloka, what takes one to liberation. Karya, akarya. In order to attain these two, what is to be done, what is not to be done, that they know. Paya abhave. While living in this material world, what is to be feared, what is not to be feared. What is to be feared? Samsara is to be feared. So when we do something that will cause us bondage in this material world, that they out of fear, they try to stay away from sinful activities and they protect themselves. That is baya baye. Bandham moksham, they understand what binds in this material world, what liberates in this material world. So such people are known as Satvik Buddhi Wale. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga. So that's how we can understand the distinction of the people mentality. So in a one essence, Indira Barai wearing different kinds of dress, he created a confusion in the minds of the people. So because of the confusion, immediately they may not have chosen it, but that confusion, that seeds of confusion, eventually later on, after Pruthu's time is over, then they became bigger and bigger and bigger. They became like big trees, and people started accepting that kind of ropes and started Chaladharma, Upadharma, etc. etc. and gave way to Dwapara Yuga. So like that we have to understand. So intention is this, which is not spoken outwardly, which is internally new. So Pruthu's 100 sacrifice is only a plea for Indra to start this particular confusion. But from external point of view, for all of us to learn lesson, we should see that how even a person at the stage of Indra also can become insecure, can become competitive, can become jealous of others' glories. Then what to speak of us? We definitely become jealous of others, we definitely become envious of others, we definitely become insecure of others. So it is not a big thing. So, but on the other hand, see Pruthu. Later on, when Brahma says something, Pruthu completely submits himself to Brahma's words. So that should be learnt. We should submit to elders. That is the understanding here. That is the understanding of this section of Bhagavatam. So now, from text 26 onwards, we will continue today. Tadabhignaya Bhagavan
तदभिज्ञाय भगवान्
Prutuhu Prutuparakramaha
ऋतुः पृथुपराक्रमः
Indraya Kupito Banam
इन्द्राय कुपितो बाणम्
Adatto Karmuka.
आदातोद्यतकार्मुकः. Maharaj Pruthu, who was celebrated as very powerful, immediately took up his bow and arrows and prepared to kill Indra himself, because Indra had introduced such irregular sannyasa orders.
So even Pruthu also was tolerating for some time. How long he will tolerate? He also has a limit of tolerance. Understanding this, Pruthu, greatly courageous and angry at Indra, took up his bow and aimed an arrow at that imitation sannyasi. Samrutvija Shakravada. Sorry. Samrutvija Shakra.
Tam
Sorry.
Ritvijah
It's big shloka.
Shakra
Samvrittija Shakravadabhisandhitam.
Tam Ritvijah Shakra Vadabhisanditam
Vichakshva Sayyarambhasam.
Vichakshadurpreksham Asahyaram Hasam
Nivarayama Mahamate.
Nivarayam Asur Aho Mahamate
Nayujyatentraya Nayujyate Nayujyate Tranyavada Prachodita.
न युज्यते त्राण्यवद प्रचोदितः प्रचोदितात्. When the priests and all the others saw Maharaj Prithu very angry and prepared to kill Indra, they requested him, "Oh great soul, don't kill him, for only sacrificial animals can be killed in a sacrifice." Such are the directions given by Shastra.
So then the Ritvija, the priest said, observing that Pruthu, who was terrible to behold, having intolerable speed against his enemies, was preparing to kill Indra. The priest prevented him. Ritvijaha Nivarayam Asuhu. Immediately they stopped him. O great soul, for from what is declared in the scriptures it is not proper that other killing should be taken place in this sacrifice. Generally, whenever a sacrifice is being performed, only the sacrificial animal is supposed to be offered. No other person's blood should contaminate that area. In Shastra, we have two wonderful examples. One is from Ramayana. When King Maru was performing a nice yajna, all the devatas were present there. So that time Ravana was on world conquest. So Ravana understood. In the Himalayas, King Marut is performing a great yajna. He is one of the great rulers of the entire earth. I will go and conquer him. If I conquer him, I conquered all the entire earth. Like that he thought. So he came. He challenged King Maruta. So just like Pruthu became angry and raised himself and took up the bow, King Maruta also took up his bow for fighting with him. Then the priest stopped. So my dear king, there is no point in fighting with this Ravana. Because of the boons of Lord Shiva, he became Shiva and Brahma. He became so formidable. You cannot defeat him. But simply there is no point in fighting with him. In this fight unnecessarily there will be bloodshed and this entire area will be contaminated, and the purpose of our intention of our sacrifice will be spoiled. So better you accept defeat. He will go away. Then we can continue our sacrifice peacefully. So then, understanding the intelligence of the great sages, King Marut, he submitted, ah, Ravana, I am defeated by you. Because in one sense, accepting the defeat of Ravana is not a insult for King Marut. Because King Marut is the king of the human beings, king among the human beings. And Ravana is coming from the heavenly abodes, he is the Rakshasa lineage. So Rakshasas by nature are very powerful than human beings. So it is natural that they can supersede the human beings in strength. So accepting defeat from them is not at all defeat, not at all a shame for human beings. So, but a human king may not accept defeat from another human king because they are equal, na? They will not accept. So in that way, understanding that, so it is not a bad reputation for my lineage. So he accepted unnecessarily because the completing the sacrifice is more important than winning or losing the battle. He understood that. So he accepted. So Ravana went away. During this time only one interesting thing happened. All the devatas there, out of fear of Ravana, they took the forms of different species. For example, Indra took the form of peacock, and Yamaraj took the form of a crow, and other devatas took the forms of other personalities, etc. So then, after Ravana left, when all these devatas reassumed their original forms, then the devatas, because they were protected from Ravana by assuming the forms of these particular living entities, they blessed those species. Indra blessed, saying that in the future, year after, whenever I reign, that time peacocks will become very happy, very jubilant, with open peacock feathers. They will dance very nicely. So that blessing he gave. So since then, the peacocks become so happy, so joyous whenever rains begin, and they dance with wide open peacock feathers. Very beautiful look to sight to look at. And then similarly, Yamaraj says, since I have taken the form of a crow, any person offers the Shraddha, after Shraddha rites, the water Pinda Pradana offers to the crows. If crow accepts it, that will directly reach their fathers or grandparents, whoever there in the Yamaloka. And they will get that, and very soon they will be delivered from Yamaloka. That blessing also he gives. That's why even today we see that when a person dies, after Shraddha rites, the oblations are offered to a crow, and they eagerly wait for a crow to come and eat it. Because Yamaraj has put a such kind of blessing that if crow eats, it will directly go to the respective fathers or forefathers, and they will be delivered from the Narakaloka. So that also happened. This is one example in the Ramayana. The second example in the Bhagavatam only, like in the Mahabharata, during the Rajasuya sacrifice, when Lord Krishna was given the Agra Puja, Shishupal was like he could not tolerate and he began to insult Lord Krishna. So everyone in the assembly became angry at Shishupal. Bhishma, Vidura, and Drona, all the five Pandavas, Satyaki, Balaram, everyone became very much angry except Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna was waiting for the 100 offenses to complete. But in the meantime, the Bhima and others, they were ready to fight with Shishupal. And Lord Krishna was trying to stop them. No, don't. Because anyone fights with Shishupal, someone's blood will fall on the ground. That will contaminate and spoil the entire Rajasuya sacrifice, which was done with lot of pains and struggles over many years. So Lord Krishna does not want that to happen. So as soon as 100 offenses were completed by Shishupal, Lord Krishna released his Sudarshan Chakra. It cuts off the neck of Shishupala, and not even one blood drop falls on the ground. So Shishupal is killed, and the sacrifice is not contaminated. Sacrifice is not contaminated. So all the matter is settled. So like this, some rules of Shastra are very stringently supposed to be followed. So it cannot be otherwise. So that is the understanding. Ahisanditam, having the intention, Vikshaya, seeing, because of the prescriptions of the Sri Shastra, No killing except the sacrificial animal is allowed in a sacrifice. So some sacrifices does not have animal killing, some may have animal killing. If those sacrifices which have animal killing, only that animal is supposed to be killed. No other animal is supposed to be killed in the sacrifice, within the sacrificial arena. So that is the understanding. That is what the sages, the Ritvijas, the priests have indicated to King Pruthu. So King Pruthu heard, understood the import of this, and became calm. Then, in order to make the king calm, they say that we will take up the matter ourselves. You don't worry. So in that way. Vayum marutvantamihārtanāshanam
Vayam marutvantamihārtanāsanam
vāyāmahe tvashravasā hatastvisham
vāyāmahe tvajravasa hatātvisham
आयातयामोपहवेरनन्तरम्
अयातयामोपह हवैरनन्तरम्
प्रसय्य राजन् जुहुवामते हितम्
प्रसह्य राजन् जुहवामते हितम्. Dear king, Indra's powers are already reduced due to his attempt to impede the execution of your sacrifice. We shall call him by Vedic mantras which were never before used, and certainly he will come. Thus, by the power of our mantra, we shall cast him into the fire because he is your enemy.
Hmm. So, in order to appease Pruthu, the sages are saying like this: O king, we will call Indra, the destroyer of your goal, Arthanashanam, who has lost his power, Atatrisham, to this sacrifice by fresh mantras and without delay will forcefully offer him into the fire. You don't worry, you don't have to do something. We have some special section of mantras, Ahvaniya mantras. By those mantras, we can invite even Indra. Because right now, even though Indra is the king of all the devatas, by his by his stealing activity, he lost all his powers. So now we can call him to this yajna and offer him in the fire at the oblation. You don't have to do anything, we'll do the needful. Something like that. So what is the remedy in the situation? The Ritvijas explain that we will call him using beckoning prayers, avaharas, whose power is not worn out. Ayatayama. So yatayama means worn out or spoiled. Ayatayama means not spoiled. So the mantras were there in the Vedas, but no one used those mantras. So just because no one used, that does not mean that these mantras are no more valid. No, they are valid. They are still there. They are still intact. They are still powerful. We want to employ now for your sake. Though this particular Indra was an avatar of the Lord, because currently we are discussing about Swayambhu Manvantara period, Lord Yajna, who was the son of Ruchi and Akuti, the daughter of Swayambhu Manu, himself is Yajna. And he is the taking the responsibility as Indra. Though the current Indra was an avatar of the Lord Yajna himself, and the priests were not materialists. Who is the priest? Yeah, the priests are Atri, Pulaha, Kratu, Vashishta, all these direct sons of Brahma are the priests. They are not materialistic. So they spoke in this way to show the nature of those following the path of karma. Even the intelligent persons on this path become blind. So in one sense, the entire episode, what we are doing, from externally, if you see, so we may doubt, so what is happening here? Indra, such a great person, how can Indra becomes insecure of his position, name, etc.? He is a great devotee, supposed to be indifferent to all these things, completely detached. Why is he behaving like a mean person? And then the sages, who are none other than the great sages of the entire universe, Atri, Pulaha, Kratu, Vashishta, Angira, Bhrugu, Marichi, like who is who in the entire universe, all the great sages are the priests, and they are telling you don't worry, we'll kill Indra by calling him into Yajna. So what is this? What's happening here? So one may think like that. Yes, externally, Bhagavatam is trying to show that even a person of that great position also, there is a chance that they can become subjected to the prejudice of this material world. No one can be spared in the material world. Everyone can be attacked by low and mean qualities. Everyone can become selfish. Everyone can become interested in only the immediate gains. There is a possibility. This is the external understanding of the entire episode. But the internal understanding is here the entire pastime is happening under the supervision of the Supreme Lord, under the will of the Supreme Lord. And the Supreme Lord wanted to glorify Pruthu Maharaj. In order to glorify Pruthu Maharaj, somehow or other, Lord is trying to undermine the people surrounding him. In order to glorify Pruthu, everyone around Pruthu should be shown as very selfish, very low minded, very less intelligent, like that. Then only Pruthu's glories will be excelled. That is Lord's desire. Lord want to glorify Pruthu's glories. So indirectly or directly orchestrating the entire pastime in such a way that all other people shown as if they are of low character. Something like that. But actually they are not. This is only being bewildered by the Supreme Lord. They are all behaving like that. We should understand like this. This is not their natural behavior. This is not the natural behavior of Indra. This is not the natural behavior of the sages for conducting the sacrifice. But they are all acting like that as if bewildered by three modes of material nature just to glorify Pruthu Maharaj. So that's why we have to understand. That's why it is said here that though this particular Indra was an avatar of the Lord, who is Lord Yajna himself, and the priests were not materialists, who are like Vasishtha, Pulaha, Kratu, they are completely spiritual. They are not no more material. They spoke in this way to show the nature of those following the path of karma. The people in this material world who follow karma, they become self-interested. Karma by nature makes one self-interested. Such kind of self-interested people are only interested in their own well-being. Such kind of people speak like this. So, in order to represent such kind of people will come very soon in the future. They are showing it. That means they are also sowing the seed for future Dwapara and Kali Yugas. Where in Dwapara and Kali Yuga, the priest will become selfish. In Satya Treta, no priest was selfish. They are completely selfless. But in Dwapara and Kali, the priests are going to be selfish. They are only interested in their own maintenance. Let it happen anything to others, that doesn't matter. So this kind of qualities will manifest in the future Dwapara and Kali Yugas. So they are sowing the seed for that. So like that, we should understand. They spoke in this way to show the nature of those following the path of karma. Thus, even the intelligent persons on this path become blind. Even the बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति भी कर्म के पाथ पथ में मतभ्रष्ट हो सकते हैं. So that is understanding. And some examples are given here. As Lord Brahma becomes blind by lust, Lord Brahma became blind and followed after his own daughter Vagdevi. Lord Shiva becomes blind by anger towards Lord Brahma. When Lord Brahma was running after Vagdevi, Lord Shiva became very angry. He chased after Brahma and he threw his Trishula. Previous to this, Brahma had 5 heads. As a result of throwing his Trishula, one head of Brahma, which was actually lusting after this Vagdevi, fell off from his head, fell off from his body. Then onwards, Brahma remained only with 4 heads. Like that it is being said in the Puranas, Mahabharata. That is to teach lesson anyway. Here, so Brahma becomes blind by lust, Lord Shiva becomes blind by anger towards Lord Brahma. So the nature of Indra, who is avatar of the Lord Vishnu, is revealed to have envy and crookedness. Here, the Indra is showing the envy towards Pruthu and also crookedness toward the entire thing that is happening. These people are only depicting that even great personalities like us can be bewildered by Maya. What to speak of all of you? Actually, they are not bewildered. They are acting as if they are bewildered. To show as a lesson that they are actually playing a drama. To show a lesson that anything can happen to anyone at any time. So one should be careful. They acted like that to show the nature of the attachment to position. If one is attached to position, so one will subjected to such kind of illusion. That is the understanding. So from external point of view, Brahma Vimohan Leela also something like this only. In that Brahma Vimohan Leela, Brahma mistook Krishna to be not a personality of Godhead and he wanted to test him. And during our Samudra Manthan episode also, Lord Shiva wanted to, even though Lord Vishnu told, no, no, it is not good for you. Still he said, no, I want to see the form of Mohini Murti. And eventually ran after Mohini Murti. So that's how Lord's Maya bewilders even the great personalities. But actually, it is the bewilderment of Yoga Maya for Brahma and for Shiva, and even during Ukkal Bandhan Leela, Mother Yashoda also got bewildered. When Krishna opened his mouth, Mother Yashoda got bewildered by looking at that entire universe within the small mouth of Lord Krishna. So these are all happening by Yogamaya potency of Lord Krishna. In relation to his great devotees, Yogamaya potency kind of bewildered them. Even Arjuna, who knew very well Krishna, when Krishna showed the universal form, Arjuna was bewildered and he was telling, who are you? I was thinking that you are my cousin. I have been playing jokes with you all these days. Please forgive me. I have committed so many offenses. Please forgive me that for seeking forgiveness from you. I offer obeisances from the front, back, left, right, to top, bottom, everywhere, for every mouth, every leg, every feet. So Arjuna also bewildered there. But that bewilderment is by Yoga Maya. So when something is happening like this for the devotees, that is a bewilderment caused by Lord's internal potency. So like that, we have to understand. Here also, Brahma, Shiva, and Indra, they are going through bewilderment just to glorify Pruthu, but this bewilderment is caused by Yoga Maya potency for them. They are not under the influence of three modes, but they are acting as if they are under the influence of three modes so that we can learn some lessons. So like that, we have to see this entire pastime. Otherwise, we may tend to commit mistakes against Indra, against the sages, against other people there. So not good for us. So like that. Okay. So we'll move on. You are able to follow what I am trying to say?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So basically, so
Prabhuji,
now everyone has two intentions. One is from Indra's point of view, his intention is to sow seeds to start the Dwapara Yuga. The sages are also like that. But Lord's intention is all these people supposed to act like this so that the Pruthi's glories will be widespread. So that these are the two things. As a result of that, to achieve that goal, everyone is playing their respective role and downplaying themselves. So like that, we have to understand. Iti
Hare Krishna.
amantra
Hare Krishna.
kratupatim kratupatim. Ah,
इति
what
आमन्त्र्य
happened?
क्रतुपतिम्
Vidurasyartvijoruषा
विदुरास्य ऋतुजोररुषा
shrug shrugastan vyetya
सृगस्ताञ्जुहुवतो वेत्या
स्वयंभू प्रत्यसेदता.
स्वयंभू प्रत्यसेदता. Translation. My dear Bidura, after giving the king this advice, the priest who had been engaged in performing the sacrifice called for Indra, the king of heaven, in a mood of great anger. When they are just ready to put the oblation in fire, Lord Brahma appeared on the scene and forbade them to start the sacrifice.
Oh Vidura, after informing the king of sacrifice, King Pruthu, Brahma, okay, after informing the king of sacrifice, Brahma approached the priests of Pruthu, who, ladle in hand, were offering oblations in anger Brahma stopped them. So after saying that, you king, you don't worry, we'll do the needful. We know some special mantras, ahvanya mantras, by which we can invite Indra also into the fire. Then after he dies, Indra will not disturb us. So they began to chant mantras, they began to offer ghee into the fire. Then immediately Brahma arrived there and Brahma stopped them. Because they are going to do something wrong, so Brahma stopped them. Navadyo bhavatamindro
नवद्यो भवताम् इन्द्रो
yadyajño bhagavattanu
यद्यज्ञो भगवत्तनु
yam jigamsata yajnena
यं जिगांसता यज्ञेन
yasyeshtas tanavasura.
यस्येस्तास्तनवसुरा. Lord Brahma addressed them thus: My dear sacrificial performers, you cannot kill Indra, the king of heaven. It is not your duty. You should know that Indra is as good as supreme personality of Godhead. Indeed, he is one of the most powerful assistants of personality of Godhead. You are trying to satisfy all the demigods by performance of yajna, but you should know that all these demigods are but part and parcels of Indra, the king of heaven. How then can you kill him in this great sacrifice?
So here Brahma is saying that you should not kill Indra because he is the body of the Supreme Lord. Yad yajño bhagavattanu. Indra himself is the body of Supreme Lord. How? In the universal form, the hands represent Indra. The hands represent protection, which is taken care by Indra. So Indra represents the hands of the Supreme Lord, and more than that, the Supreme Lord's duty is to protect the universe, and he is protecting the universe through the with help of Indra. It is Indra who is protecting the universe on behalf of Lord Vishnu. So he is Lord's representative. He is as good as the Supreme Lord. So how can you kill Lord's representative? Because he is the body of the Supreme Lord, Shirodaksha Vishnu. You wish to kill Indra by a sacrifice in which the devatas part of his body are worshipped. You are performing the sacrifice, and in that sacrifice you want to kill Indra. Indra himself is called as Yajna Purusha. Just like Lord Vishnu is called as Yajna Purusha, Indra is also called as Yajna Purusha. In Bhagavad Gita 3rd chapter, if you see, Yajnatat Karmano Anyatra Lokoyam Karma Bandhana, in that verse, Lord Srila Prabhupada writes, Yajna means it is referred to Lord Vishnu, and sometimes it is also referred to Indra also. Indra is also called Yajna because in Yajna we worship all the devatas. The leader of all the devatas is Indra. So that's why Yajna means Indra also. So you are performing an Yajna in order to kill another Yajna, the Yajna personified. So what is this? Are you not contrary to your duties? So like that. Indra is the body of the Supreme Lord. The Brahmana should not try to kill the form of the Lord. What is the use of being Brahmanas then? You wish to kill him by sacrifice, but how can you kill the personification of sacrifice? By sacrifice. Because Indra is also considered to be Yajna. Yajna means personification of sacrifice. And currently, especially, he is Lord in Lord Yajna himself. So anyway, Brahma did not go into that extent. But normally also from technical point of view also, in a Yajna you are worshipping Indra, and now you want to kill Indra only in that Yajna. What kind of performance you are doing? So like that. It is like throwing a small amount of milk in fire. It is like throwing a small amount of milk in a fire. Moreover, the devatas who are parts of his body are worshipped by us in the sacrifice. How can he die? You did not consider this. So it's like by this yajna, you are worshipping Indra and other devatas, and all the devatas are considered to be part of Indra. But being Indra is the king of the entire universe. If you kill Indra, it is as good as killing all the devatas. So it is like you are performing an yajna. So in the yajna, you are supposed to pour ghee so that the fire will continuously go on. But if you pour milk, what will happen? The yajna will extinguish. The yajna will stop. So Indra is telling that after killing Indra, after killing all the devatas, killing Indra means killing all the devatas. After killing in all the devatas, whom you will worship by the performance of yajna? Who will be the object of worship? So like that, Brahmaji is logically putting forward. You are all great sages. Can't you understand this much also? तो किसको आप पूजा करेंगे आफ्टर किलिंग ऑल द देवतास आफ्टर किलिंग इंद्रा तो आप किसके लिए यज्ञ कर रहे हो किसका पूजा करने के लिए उनको मारना चाहते हो यज्ञ के द्वारा तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस इज दिस लाइक दैट ब्रह्मा इज क्वेश्चनिंग द सेजेस then Brahma continues tadidam pashyata mahat
तदिदं पश्यता महत्
dharma vyatikaram dvija
धर्मव्यतिकरं द्विजाः
indriyenanushtitam rajna
इन्द्रेणानुष्ठितं राज्ञः
कर्मैतद् विजिगांसता
कर्मैतद्विजिगांसत. In order to make trouble and impede the performance of King Prithu's great sacrifice, King Indra has adopted some means that in the future will destroy the clear path of religious life. I draw your attention to this fact. If you oppose him by any further, he will further misuse his power and introduce many other irreligious systems.
O Brahmanas, see the great disruption of dharma that Indra has caused by desiring to obstruct the king's sacrifice. He again questioned the Brahmanas. You Brahmanas are supposed to be intelligent when Indra created the first apadharma, you should have instructed Pruthu to start this yajna. This is leading to a bad future. Let us stop. Let us no need to perform this yajna. Instead, in order to continue the yajna, you are going to kill Indra. What is this? What kind of intelligence all of you are displaying like that? Moreover, by his dress, adharma will increase. So, like even the priest might have said, so what can we do? We are trying to perform the yajna, and that personality is unnecessarily causing disturbances. Then he says that you should have understood. Since he is causing disturbances, you should have stopped the yajna so that the disturbance will not happen. The disturbances created by Indra will be causing greater harm than the benefit you will obtain by completing this yajna. So, which is more important? You should not look for the immediate results. You should look for the long-term results, like that Brahma is instructing. Moreover, by his dress, adharma will increase. See how adharma has become factual in this kingdom. Dharma Vyatikaram means the path of the heretics has been, the seeds are sown for the Pakhanda Dharma. So time will bring them up onto the surface. As of now, the seeds are sown in their hearts. So if you allow, if you want to continue the sacrifice more, there will be more adharma. So like that. Then Brahma looks towards, then the sages might have said, so what we can do? Pruthu wanted to complete 100 sacrifices. He already took a sankalpa that I will perform not 1, 2, 3, but 100 sacrifices for the pleasure of Mother Earth. So we need to accomplish that. Then Brahma says, more than accomplishing personal desires, the universe's well-being is more important. So kindly understand this. So like that, Brahma is speaking further. Pruthu kirte prutorbhuyat
पृथो कीर्ते पृथोर्भूयात्
tarhi ekonashatak kratuhu
आर्य एको न शतः क्रतुः
alam te kratubi svishter
अलं ते क्रतुभिः सृष्टे
yadbhavan moksha dharma ved
यद्भवान् मुख्यधर्मवेत् Let there be only 99 sacrificial performances for Maharaj Pruthu. Lord Brahma concluded. Lord Brahma then turned towards Maharaj Pruthu and informed him that since he was thoroughly aware of the path of liberation, what was the use in performing more sacrifices?
Hmm. Pruthu of great fame should perform only 99 sacrifices. What is to be gained by well performed 100 sacrifices? Since you know the path of liberation. Yet Bhavan Moksha Dharma with. So, in one sense, these sacrifices are maybe they're also helping one attain moksha also, but majority results of such kind of sacrifices are for the world prosperity. So they are in within the purview of dharma, artha, kama. At least 51% we can say. Such kind of sacrifices mainly entice people accomplish their execution of dharma, artha, kama. That means how to live here in this material world being surrendered to shastra. It is like sakama karma. Perform dharmic duties for the purpose of getting the material benedictions and material prosperity, etc. So externally speaking, like actually speaking, more than 50% the purpose of this sacrifice is to make people prosperous. The people are already double, triple, 100 times prosperous than what you are expecting. Till now, you know, died in 99. They have already attained prosperity. So much prosperity, so much prosperity. So previously, when Vena was ruled, everyone was stealing others. Now everyone is so prosperous that they don't have to steal others. Even they themselves are ready to give to others. That much prosperity is there. But you being a great personality, you knew the path of perfection. Such kind of yajnas does not lead to path of perfection. Such kind of yajna, they have a tendency to bind one in this material world. So, having known the path of perfection, having understood that such kind of yajnas will not helpful in going back to Godhead, why are you unnecessarily want to perform so many yajnas just because you gave a word to Mother Earth? That is not required. It's okay. The whatever word you have given to Mother Earth, that's already fulfilled. You already did 99, as good as 100. So you already took care of the maintenance of the people in general. You have provided sufficient prosperity for them by performing 99 sacrifices. By performing one more, you will not achieve anything more. Instead, stopping here, you will achieve much more. Because by stopping this, you will not create few more apasampradayas or asasampradayas. So like that. Like that, Brahma instructed or pleaded Pruthu Maharaj. What are you suggesting? Like the sages might ask. Then the answer is 99 sacrifice is a great number. This will give him greater fame than that of Indra with 100 sacrifices. By that, his fame will be complete. This will happen because of my blessings. If you stop at this 99 sacrifice only, without completing 99, without completing the 100th one, you will get more fame than that of Indra, who had performed 100 sacrifices. Because you are working, you are not performing 100 sacrifices for the greater benefit of the universe. So keeping that in mind, you stop. Yes, Dwapara Yuga has to begin, but don't have to begin now, right now. It has its own time, it will begin and its own. You don't have to sow so many seeds now. एक seed सो गया ना, वो धीरे धीरे बड़ा हो जाएगा. ज्यादा करने की जरूरत नहीं. Already Indra sowed some seeds and Sages also sowed some seeds. If you continue further, there will be so many sowed seeds that Dwapara Yuga will begin right now only. So Brahma that does not want that to happen. Let there for some time the people have the experience of Rama Rajya being ruled by King Pruthu. The number 99 is specifically mentioned because being one short of 100, Eka Ona Sata, one less than 100. That number is perfect for Pruthu. Though his vow was incomplete, by my blessings the 99 become perfect. Having spoken to the priest, Brahma then addresses King Pruthu and said, these sacrifices are not necessary for you. Even why you want to perform all these 99 or 100, none of them are required for you because even for your population also not required. They're already filthy rich. और क्या चाहिए? बहुत हो गया. अभी you need to focus on moksha dharma, the path back home, back to Godhead. That is more important now. You wanted to make people prosperous because people were going through a lot of poverty and they were a lot of they were not having food to eat only. So you wanted to bring them into prosperity. You brought it. That's fine. But it is not that you have to drown them into prosperity. You have to educate them also how to go back home back to Godhead. Now you focus on how to teach them and path back home back to Godhead. Prosperity is enough. So like that Brahma is telling. Okay. Any questions till now?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanush Prabhuji.
Reaction begin.
Prabhuji, this Indra is very specifically this same Indra who's Yajna only or some other Indra, Prabhuji?
No, Yajna only. Na? Now all the pastimes are happening in the Swayambhu Manvantara only.
Okay.
Because Swayambhu Manvantara lasted until King Viraja ruled. The 5th canto, 15th chapter. Till then the Swayambhu Manvantara is there. Now Swayambhu Manvantara just began recently only. Swayambhu Manu, then Uttanapada, then Durva. Durva's children. In that lineage only came Anga, Vena, Pruthu.
Okay.
So one Manvantara is was 71 Chaturyugas. It's a pretty long time. So during that Manvantara, Lord Yajna himself took the responsibility of Indra. So it is like that.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. जो इन्होंने जो महाराज ने 100 यज्ञ करने थे वो भी भगवान की इच्छा से ही हुआ था ना?
No, we can. Bhagavan ka ichha to hai, but the main reason is Mother Earth accused that kings like you did not perform yajna because I am producing all the fruit grains actually meant for performing yajna, and people are simply usurping it. You kings also. What kind of kings are you? Like that, she accused Pruthu. So Pruthu took it on himself.
नहीं
So he
प्रभु जी,
said, I will
लेकिन
perform 100.
तो स्वयं भगवान थे ना.
Huh?
स्वयं पृथु महाराज जी स्वयं द इनकारनेशन ऑफ द लॉर्ड.
Okay.
तो फिर उनको तो पता था ना कि यज्ञ करना है कि नहीं करना है, तो फिर व्हाई ही टुक ऑल दिस इन 99 फिर 100 में उनको रोक दिया गया.
See,
वो तो उनका ही
Pandavas
डिसीजन था.
are
भगवान थे, ये सब उनको पता है क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है. तो they first why didn't कि नहीं 99 ही बराबर है इंद्र को.
wait. Don't see only everything from the perspective of pure devotional service. As a king, he has a greater responsibility toward the kingdom. If you remember what was the situation in the kingdom sometime back,
हाँ,
people were
सब
not
लूटपाट हो रहा
having
था.
even food also. They were about to die. They are all became lean and weak. They don't have any food to eat. And they surrendered to him. And it is his responsibility as the king to make them prosperous. The prosperity comes by the performance of yajna. So in the modern context, we may not accept it. In the modern context, we may say that we need to revolutionize industries and expand entrepreneurship so that we can improve economically. Like that, we may think. But according to Shastra, when the king performs yajna, the entire world becomes prosperous. The devatas become prosperous, human beings become prosperous, forests also become prosperous. The prosperity depends upon the performance of yajna. That is the first and foremost duty of a king to perform yajna in order to bring prosperity to the entire kingdom. Yajna means sacrifice. Sacrifice means giving away something. First, you give away something selflessly, then you will receive abundantly. That is some what you can say a layman language of yajna.
Okay.
Mm. He knew that's why he was performing yajnas. I'm telling now, even though Pruthu also might have known that okay, enough is enough, I have to perform because he has made a sankalpa that I will do 100, so he was trying to do. And second thing, Pruthu becoming angry, or Atri becoming angry, or Indra doing all these things, or sages becoming angry and all, finally to glorify Pruthu only. How Pruthu will surrender to the elders. So it is for a purpose, it is all happening. It is not that whether they know or not. It is not that does the Lord Yajna does not know or what. He is the Lord himself. He know all these things, but still he is taking this as an excuse and trying to introduce the religions, so that eventually, in due course of time, Dwapara Yuga will begin. He has his own intention. Of course, that is one intention. Other intention is to glorify Pruthu. If he has to glorify Pruthu, he has to downplay himself. So like that.
Thank you.
Okay. Other devotees have any questions? Okay, fine.
No problem.
नैवात्मने महेन्द्राय
नैवात्मने महेन्द्राय
रोषम् आहर्तुमर्हसि.
प्लीज कंटिन्यू प्रभु.
रोषम् आहर्तुमर्हसि
उभावपि हि भद्रं ते
वापि हि भद्रं ते
उत्तमश्लोकविग्रहौ.
उत्तमश्लोकविग्रहो. Lord Brahma continued, let there be good fortune to both of you. For you and King Indra are both part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you should not be angry with King Indra, who is none different from you.
So somebody may say that Pruthu or sages may say, so why are you stopping Pruthu? The sages may say that why are you stopping Pruthu at 19 only? Let him perform 100. What is the problem? Why don't you stop Indra? Somebody might say. Somebody might have said also. In order to answer such question, Brahma is saying that you should not show anger to Indra, since he is non-different from you. Let there be good fortune to both of you, who are the forms of the Supreme Lord. Uttama Shloka Vigraho. In one sense, both of you are expansion of Lord Vishnu. Both of you are trying to do your respective duties, and both of you should not become angry with each other. That Indra should not become angry with you that you are performing another sacrifices, and you should not become angry with Indra because he is stealing your horse. You should not show anger because he is non-different from you, since you both are avatars of the Lord. King Pruthu and Lord Yajna as Indra. Both of them Lord's expansions only. If you आपने आप दोनों एक दूसरे के प्रति विमत्सर दिखाएगा मत्सर दिखाए तो क्या होगा? It's not at all good sign like that. मास्मिन् महाराज कृतास्म चिन्ताम्
मास्मिन् महाराज कृता स्म चिन्ताम्
निशामयास्माद्वच आदृतात्मा
निशामयास्माद्वचत् आदृतात्मा
यज्ञायतो दैवहतं नु कर्तुम्
यद्यायतो दैवहतं नु कर्तुम्
मनोतिरुष्टं विशते तमोन्दम्.
मनोतिरुष्टं विशते तमोन्धम्. My dear king, don't be agitated and anxious because your sacrifices have not been properly executed due to providential impediments. Kindly take my words with great respect. We should always remember that if something happens by providential arrangements, we should not be very sorry. The more we try to rectify such reversals, the more we enter into the darkest region of materialistic thoughts.
O king, being hearing my words, do not worry about the incomplete sacrifice, because the angry mind of one who meditates on doing what is destroyed by fate enters into deepest illusion. The fate does not want the 100th sacrifice should take place. So why you want to go against the fate and become angry with the fate? Becoming angry with the fate does not lead to anywhere. That is not at all good for anyone. It will destroy you only. It will consume you only. Instead, stop here for the good of you, for the good of Indra, and for the good of entire universe. So that is the understanding. For greater good, keep away your personal ambitions. That is understanding. He speaks to King Pruthu, who is meditating on the incomplete sacrifice. Certainly, the mind of the person who meditates on doing what is destroyed by fate enters into the deepest illusion. He does not attain, such a person does not attain peace. Kindly ignore the desire to perform 100th yajna. Don't worry about your sankalpa that I have made 100 sacrifices, 100 yajnas that I will perform. So, what you want to attain by doing 100, you already attained by 99. There is no need of doing 100th one, something like that. He was trying to pacify Pruthu. Kraturviramatam yesha
क्रतुर्विरमताम् एष
deveshu duravagraha
देवेषु दुरवग्रह
dharma vyatikaro yatra
धर्मव्यतिकरो यत्र
पाखण्डैरिन्द्रनिर्मितैः
पाखण्डैरिन्द्रनिर्मितैः. Lord Brahma continued, stop the performance of these sacrifices, for they have introduced Indra to introduce so many induced Indra to introduce so many irreligious aspects. You should know very well that even amongst the demigods there are many unwanted desires.
Let this sacrifice be stopped. In this sacrifice, among the devatas, Indra has become stubborn. Esha duravagraha. Agraha, avagraha. Agraha means those who follow the instruction. Avagraha means those who don't follow the instruction. Duravagraha means those who don't want to follow the instruction. Something like that. So Indra has become stubborn and Dharma has been destroyed by creating heretics introduced by Indra. So you may say that therefore stop the sacrifice. When Brahma said, can't Indra be stopped? Then Brahma replies, among the devatas, he is very stubborn. So right now we cannot stop Indra. Like that, he's telling. But that means he somehow you put the fault onto Indra himself. Indra has become stubborn. We can't tell him. He will not listen. So better you listen. Something like that. Eber Indropa Samsrute
Evair Indropasamsrite
Pakandair Haribirjanam
Pakandair Haribirjanam
Hriyamanam Vichakshvainam
Hriyamanam Vichakshvainam
Yaste Yajnadruk Asaumat Aswamot.
Yaste Yaste Yajna Drug Asvamok. Just see how Indra, the king of heaven, was creating a disturbance in the midst of the sacrifice by stealing the sacrificial herbs. These attractive sinful activities he has introduced will be carried out by the people in general.
See the people carried away by the attractive heretics created by Indra, who stole the horse and destroyed your sacrifice. If you also want to become stubborn and want to complete sacrifice, see what disturbance has taken place till now. It will happen, it will increase more and more. Is that what you want to achieve by performing this yajna? Like that, Brahma is indicating to Pruthu. This shows the disturbance created by Indra's stubbornness. Haribi means by those who are attractive. Indra stole the horse and that created obstacles to the sacrifice. By that, he created Pashanda dharmas, so many adharmic sampradayas. So, is that you want to achieve by performing another sacrifice? If you stop, at least no more Pashanda dharmas and at least whatever dharma is there that will continue. If you want to complete, you will create another 100 of Pashanda dharmas that will destroy your kingdom immediately. Something like that. भवान् परित्रातुम् इहावतीर्णो
भवान्
Bhava
परित्रातुम् इहावतीर्णो
धर्मं जनानां समयानुरूपम्
धर्मं जनानां समयानुरूपम्
स्वेनापचारादवलुप्तम् अद्य
वेनापचारात् अवलुप्तमद्य
तद्देहतो विष्णुकलासि वैन्या
तद्देहतो विष्णुकलासि वैन्या. O King Pruthu, son of Vena, you are the part and parcel of expansion of Lord Vishnu. Due to the mischievous activities of King Vena, religious principles were almost lost. At that opportune moment, you descended as the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Indeed, for the protection of religious principles, you have appeared from the body of King Vena.
O Pruthu, you have appeared in this world from Vena's body as a portion of the Supreme Lord to deliver Dharma, to institute Dharma, to protect Dharma, suitable at this current time for the people which have become lost due to Vena's misdeeds. Because of Vena, the Dharma was completely disregarded. People became irreligious. And you have appeared from Vena's dead body to reinstate Dharma. But by the performance of the standard sacrifice, you are again reinstating Adharma. Is it good for you? Like that, Brahma is asking Pruthu. You should spread Dharma, not Adharma, which will occur if Indra obstructs more sacrifices. If you want to complete the 100 sacrifice, Indra definitely will create more and more sacrifices. That is not at all good for you or good for the kingdom. So better you stop sacrifice. Because it is you who appeared to reinstate Dharma, which was lost because of Vena, and you yourself reinstate Adharma, then what is the point? So like that. Of course, you are supposed to establish the Sattva-guni mentality, not the Rajoguni, Tamoguni mentality. So be careful about it. So better you stop. So like that is telling. तत्त्वं विमर्शस्य भवं प्रजापते
सत्वं विमृश्यस्य भवं प्रजापते
संकल्पनं विश्व कंटिन्यू प्रभु जी
सृजं पिपीप्रिहे
ऐन्द्रीं च मायामुपधर्ममातरम्
ऐन्द्रिं च मायाम् उपधर्मं मातरम्
प्रचण्डपाखण्डपतं प्रभोजहि
प्रचण्डपाखण्डपथं प्रभोजुहि. Translation. O protector of the people in general, please consider the purpose of your being incarnated by Lord Vishnu. Do the irreligious principles created by Indra are what mothers of so many unwanted religions. Please therefore stop this imitation immediately.
Master of the people, O Prajapati, considering the auspiciousness of the world, complete the vow of progenitor and destroy the illusion created by Indra, which generates imitation adharma, the path of formidable heretics. Please consider the auspiciousness of the world, complete the vow of the progenitors, and destroy the illusion created by Indra. So consider the greater good of the entire society and stop the sacrifice itself, here itself, so that Indra does not create so many other apasampradaya that will be beneficial to the entire universe. O master of the pardoning, think of the auspiciousness of the entire world. The progenitors created you by churning the arms of Vena to fulfill the desire to create and maintain dharma, not to create adharma. So understanding their desire, kindly stop your sacrifice. That will bring greater good to the entire society. This path of formidable heretics created by Indra produces Upadharma, Chaladharma, Adharma, etc. That is not at all good. So because the people in Rajoguna, which does not understand correctly what is dharma and what is dharma, and what is to be done as duty and what is not to be done as duty, and they do adharma, they propagate as dharma, or they do dharma and others propagate as adharma. So there is always confusion: dharma or adharma, dharma or adharma, dharma, dharma. So the entire Mahabharata is a, is it is a classical case study of this particular confusion. Duryodhana never felt what he was doing, it is adharma. Dhritarashtra also never felt what he was sanctioning and what he was party to, that is adharma. So, like that. That is what will happen. They do adharma, but they feel as if they are doing dharma. And people like Arjuna and Yudhishthira, they do dharma and they feel as if they are doing adharma. The Bhagavad Gita first chapter, we see that Arjuna is saying that we are going to do papa mevasya dasman attaitan hatatayana. We are going to, even though they are attayana, by killing them, we are going to do adharma. Arjuna says, and Yudhishthira Maharaj says, I am so selfish person, for my sake I have killed 18 Akshauhini Sen and so many other supporters. For my selfish reason, I have become the cause of the death of so many warriors. So what kind of sin I have done? The Brahmana said, no problem, you can perform Ashwamedha sacrifice, your sin will be removed if you think you have done sin. Then Yudhishthira says, what kind of suggestion you are giving? How can you purify a liquor pot by using more liquor? I have already killed crores of people and you are telling me to kill some more animals to get freed from that killing. How can killing of some animals will be free you killing of human beings? So like that he says. So the people who perform dharma, they consider that what they have done is adharma. The people who perform adharma, they consider that what they have done is dharma. Such is the situation in Dwapara Yuga. So like that. So the Lord has to come to teach what is dharma, what is adharma. So like that. Maitreya Uvacha
मैत्रेय उवाच
Ittam Saloka Guruna
इत्थं सुलोकगुरुणा
Samadishto Vishampatihi
समादिष्टो विशाम्पतिः
Tata cha Krutva Vastalyam
सा च कृत्वा वात्सल्यम्
Magno Napi cha Sandade.
मघो नापि च सन्धदे. The great sage Maitreya continued. When King Pruthu was thus advised by the supreme teacher Lord Brahma, he abandoned his eagerness to perform yajnas and with great affection concluded a peace with King Indra.
So Maitreya said, instructed thus by the Guru of the entire universe, Ittam Saloka Guruna Samadhishta. King Pruthu made peace with Indra, showing him affection. So instantly, whatever anger Pruthu was having towards Indra, Pruthu completely forgot and Pruthu kind of very happily agreed and very happily stopped the sacrifice and removed all the ill thoughts towards Indra completely therein. Cha means certainly. According to the instructions of Lord Brahma, King Pruthu showed affection to Indra. Though Indra was elder and was the king of the Devatas, by the order of Brahma, Pruthu showed affection to King Indra. Sandade means they made peace because even though from age point of view, Indra is elder because Indra is the son of Akuti. Long back he was born. And Pruthu born recently only, is very young in age. But still, King Pruthu took the elderly role, accepted Indra to be his younger brother, and very, very, very affectionately forgave his mistake and became friendly with Indra. So he showed Mahamana, great compassion. So great affection, great compassion. So this is the highlight of this pastime. So this pastime is all revolving around Pruthu in order to show Pruthu's greatness. So like that. They were equal since they both are Vishuddha Sattva. But Brahma saw that King Pruthu was superior because of his superior bhakti. And thus, Brahma instructed Pruthu to show affection to Indra. So Brahma is seeing both Indra as well as Pruthu. But Brahma is seeing Pruthu to be devotionally more advanced than Indra. So he was telling Pruthu, please forgive Indra's offense and accept him as your younger brother and show him your loving affection. Like that. So basically here everyone want to show Pruthu's greatness. That's why all these things are happening like this. कृतावभृत स्नानाय
कृतावभृतस्नानाय
कृतवे भूरि कर्मणे
कृतवे भूरि कर्मणि
वरान् ददुस्ते वरदा
वरान् ददुस्ते वरदा
एतद्बर्हिषि तर्पिता.
एतद् बर्हिषि तर्पिताः. After this, Prithu Maharaj took his bath, which is customarily taken after the performance of Yajna, and received the benedictions and due blessings of the demigods who were very pleased by his glorious activities.
The bestowers of benedictions, pleased with sacrifice, gave blessings to Pruthu, performer of great acts, after he had taken Avabrata bath. So, in order to stop the yajna, so the last activity one would do after the completion of the entire yajna is Avabrata Snan. After the Snan, they will offer all the gifts to all the priests and the guests, and everyone will be awarded with suitable gifts. So Pruthu completed Avabrata Snana and awarded all the Brahmana priests sufficient gifts and also all the guests sufficient gifts. So you want to complete the sacrifice. So there itself, wherever it has come, there only stopped everything. Vipra Satya Shishastushta
विप्रासत्यासिता तुष्टाः
Shraddaya Labda Dakshina
श्रद्धया लब्धदक्षिणाः
Ashisho Yuju Kshatar
आशिषो युयुजुः क्षत्तार्
Adi Rajasya Satkrita.
आदिराजाय सत्कृताः. With great respect, the original king Pruthu offered all kinds of rewards to the Brahmanas present at the sacrifice. Since all these Brahmanas were very much satisfied, they gave their heartfelt blessings to the king.
O Vidura, the Brahmanas whose blessings come true and who were satisfied having been worshipped and given donations with faith gave blessings to the original king. So they blessed before departing, they blessed very nicely Prutu. Tayahuta Mahabaho
त्वया हुता महाबाहो
Sarva Eva Samagataha
सर्व एव समागताः
Pujita Danamanabhyam
पूजिता दानमानाभ्याम्
Pitrudevarshi Manava.
पितृदेवर्षि मानवाः. All the great sages and brahmanas said, O mighty king, by your invitation, all classes of living entities have attended this assembly. They have come from Pitraloka and the heavenly planets, and the great sages as well as common men have attended this meeting. Now, all of them are very much satisfied by your dealings and your charity towards them.
O mighty armed king, all these who have assembled, the Pitrus, the sages among the Devatas and men called by you, have been worshipped with charity and respect. The Brahmanas are saying that, oh my dear king, everyone, including the Devatas, Brahmanas, Rishis and Pitrus and all other people, common people also, everyone was sufficiently worshipped properly by you, so your sacrifice is complete. So kind of Brahmanas have to kind of give some concluding remarks. So they have given, yeah, your yajna is complete. Even though officially it is not complete, but it is complete. So like that, they have concluded the entire thing. That's how this chapter completed. Any questions till now?
प्रभु जी, ये लॉर्ड इंदिरा इंदिरा को ब्रह्मा जी समझाया था क्या प्रभु जी इसके पहले?
No, समझाने का जरूरत नहीं ना. Why? What was the mistake of Indra? Indra does not do any mistake. Did he make any mistake? कुछ गलती किया क्या?
हाँ, एक्सटर्नल रीजन तो प्रभु जी उनका ही मिस्टेक दिख रहा है ना प्रभु जी. एक्सटर्नली तो
वो हमारे लिए समझ हमको शिक्षा देने के लिए. But actually, did Indra do any mistake?
अधर्म का प्रचार करना प्रभु जी मिस्टेक नहीं है ना.
वो किसके लिए किया? अभी द्वापर युग शुरू करना पड़ेगा. वो उनका रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है. वो अपना कार्य कर रहे हैं. तो वो भी जरूरी है ना. Very soon द्वापर युग also supposed to start. That is also compulsory. वो उनका रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है.
Okay.
Even at the cost of people who are going to criticize him, he is doing his duty. That is Indra's greatness. So it is the way how you see it. You can very easily find fault with Indra, but you see it from other side. He is doing his duty. What can be done? Even though understand that people will criticize him in the future, still he did it. That is his greatness. Okay.
वो मतलब अपसंप्रदाय को फैलाने के लिए ये इसको एक जरिया बनाया प्रभु जी ऐसा.
हाँ, but
तुम्हारा के जो 100 sacrifices.
Yes, he has to create confusion among the people. What is dharma? What is adharma? Otherwise, how Dwapara will begin?
Yes, sir.
He is sowing seeds now. Eventually, in due course of time, they will become plants and trees. Then Dwapara will begin. At least, while Pruthu will be ruling, Dwapara will not start. After Pruthu's rule only, Dwapara will begin. But now seeds have to be sown. 4 months later only, they become plants. Something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we'll continue the same Leela is continuing the next chapter also. In the 20th chapter.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, one query. Like,
Yes,
Prabhuji, as you mentioned that it was Indra's duty, then I mean, this may not be related, but if in Treta Yuga, then whatever Ravana has done, is that correct? I mean, there are so many people who say that he was great and he has so many good things. Then how to understand that, Prabhuji?
No, with what intention one is doing, that is important. Ravana does not have any good intention. He is selfish maniac. He is actually coming from Rakshasa dynasty. His mother is from Rakshasa lineage. His uncles are Rakshasas, and in a cunning way, they kind of sent Ravana's mother to serve a sage, so that they want to have a powerful son through the sage. So everything was happening with ill motive only. There is no right motive either in the parents of Ravana, parent means mother of Ravana, uncles of Ravana, or within Ravana. There was no good intention. So apparently some may see like that. Same confusion. We have na ayatavat dharmam adharmam. So you don't know what is dharma and adharma properly. So those people who are confused about what is dharma, what is adharma, they will glorify Ravana, saying that Ravana done many good things. But for what he has done good things? What is the outcome of the good things? Falena parachayate. Like Karna, Duryodhana, Dushasana, Shakuni, they always would glorify whatever they have done. That is correct. They never ever regretted what they have done is wrong. They justified perfectly that whatever they have done is the perfect dharma. If you read Mahabharata, you will understand that. Because they convinced, yeah, यही धर्म है, उनके लिए वही धर्म. So like that. And for them, what Pandavas were doing as adharma.
Okay.
So it's up to you. What is one's vision? How one sees things according to their own upbringing and their own convictions.
Prabhuji,
So
then
we cannot
why
judge a
one of
person based on a personal judgment. We have to judge a person based on Shastra. What Shastra says is it according to Shastra or not. So like that.
Prabhuji, in one of the shlokas that probably we read right now, it was mentioned that Indra has many unwanted desires or something like that. So
No.
why
That
that?
is Srila Prabhupada translates. See, Srila Prabhupada's intention is to give us shiksha. So in the commentaries or shlokas of all the Prabhupada shlokas, Prabhupada everywhere kind of he chastises Indra. In one sense, that is to teach all of us. A person in that position should not do such kind of mean things. That is not at all good. So Indra has a selfish desires. He was insecure. All these things are. It is like to give us shiksha. So we should not be like that. So I am trying to present another angle from the previous Acharya's commentaries. Like, oh yes, externally speaking, that is not correct. Externally seeing the activities of Indra, that seems to be selfish and personally motivated, etc. But his intention is to start Dwapara Yuga. That's why
Dwapara.
he's sowing the seeds which will produce Dwapara Yuga mentality.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
So like that. That's why even Brahma did not chastise Indra, did not say even a word to Indra, because Brahma understood what Indra is doing is absolutely as per the need of the hour. So since the counterpart is King Pruthu, we always tend to take the side of Pruthu only
Yes.
because we have affinity towards Pruthu. So like that. So on the
Because
other
what you're
side,
saying, yeah, Prabhuji. Please
on the
continue.
other side, Pruthu as a king performing sacrifice after sacrifice so that his word that given to Mother Earth will be fulfilled. The people will have so much prosperity that they will never ever become poverty stricken because they were starving during the time of Vena. So he want to make them full prosperous. But Brahma reminded him, have you come to make them prosperous or have you come to take them back to Godhead? क्या करने के लिए आए आप?
Okay.
So prosperity is good, but not too much prosperity. थोड़ा prosperity चाहिए ताकि आप पीसफुली भक्ति कर पाए. तो पूरा prosperity बोलेगा तो आप भक्ति भूल जाएंगे. So Indra is reminding, I mean, not Brahma is reminding him, Dharmavit, you are the knower of Bhagavad Dharma. You have come, you are supposed to reinstate the principles of Bhagavad Dharma, not Sadharana Dharma. तो बहुत हो गया, इतना प्रॉस्पेरिटी काफी है, अभी बंद कर दो, अभी उनको भागवत शिक्षा सिखाओ, वो भगवत धाम जाएगा. So like that. So we have to
Prabhuji,
see
now
the
it
wholesome
makes
picture.
more, yeah. Now it makes like why Brahmaji did not chastise Indra. So this makes, I mean, now it is, I can understand this aspect. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So we should not carried away by the externals. We should also understand the internals also, so that we'll get the whole picture. So it's like that. So now, from now onward, the rest of the Pruthumara section is all about how to go back to Godhead. Because Brahma gave serious warning, and Pruthu only focuses on that point. Hereafter, only going back to Godhead, only going back to Godhead. It becomes so serious in his thought process. So that's why we need a guru who will direct us in a proper direction, who will guide us in a proper direction at the right time. Otherwise, we will misguide and go in a different direction only, thinking that this is the ultimate duty, something like that. So, so at least we should try to see in this way also, so that everything makes sense. Why things are happening the way they are happening. But ultimately, as I mentioned in the beginning, this entire pastime is orchestrated in such a way, Pruthu's glories will be sung. His glories will be highlighted, and all other people are playing themselves low, downplay. They are portraying themselves as the low and mean person, so that Pruthu's glories will be highlighted. That also we have to understand. This is Lord's plan. So in that way. So we'll continue the same pastime. Will continue now. In the 20th chapter, after being instructed by the Supreme Lord, Maharaja Pruthu makes friends with Indra and praises the Supreme Lord. The Lord gives him benedictions and then departs. As soon as Pruthu stopped the yajna, when everyone is expressing happiness, as they are about to depart from that place, Lord Vishnu comes there. Lord Vishnu also gives some instructions in the same direction. Lord Vishnu says, my dear Pruthu, enough is enough. बहुत काम ने बहुत कर्म किया, अभी भक्ति करो. आप भक्ति करो, वही भक्ति को सबको सिखाओ. So that is what our Lord Vishnu will teach Pruthu, and Pruthu will follow that very seriously. Already Brahma taught, now Vishnu will personally teach, and how can Pruthu will not follow? So that's how we have to see the slowly transition in the heart of Pruthu. So like that we have to see. Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Bhagavanapi Vaikunta
भगवानपि वैकुण्ठा
Chakam Magavata Vibhuhu
साकं भगवता विभुः
Yajnairyajnapatis
यज्ञैर्यज्ञपतिस्तुष्टो
Yajnabhuktam Abhasata.
यज्ञभुक्तम् अभाषत. The great sage Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, being very much satisfied by the performance of 99 horse sacrifices, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, appeared on the scene. Accompanying him was King Indra. Lord Vishnu then began to speak.
The Supreme Lord, the master of the sacrifice, Yajnapati, and the enjoyer of the sacrifice, Yajnabhuk, appeared along with Indra, and satisfied with Pruthu, he began to speak to Pruthu. The Lord bringing his portion Indra, as Pruthu make peace with Indra, and then gives instructions. So while Brahma was speaking, Indra was not there. Indra was already disappeared, he was in the skies only. But then Lord Vishnu came along with Indra, so that to make friends with Indra as well as Pruthu, to settle the matter, conflict resolution. Now Lord Vishnu is speaking from 2 to 16, long speech. So Lord gives so many instructions. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Eshate Karshid Bangam
Yeshate Karshik Bangam
Hayameda Shatasyaha
Ayameda Satasyaha
Yamapayata Atmanam
Shamapayana Atmanam
Amushakshantumarhasi.
Amusyakshantum Arhasi. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, said, my dear King Pruthu, Indra, the King of Heaven, has disturbed your execution of 100 sacrifices. Now he has come with me to be forgiven by you. Therefore, excuse him.
The Lord said, here is Indra, who stopped the thunderbolt horse sacrifice. You should forgive Indra, since he is asking forgiveness from you. So in one sense, Indra himself could not come and ask forgiveness. On behalf of Indra, Lord Vishnu is saying to Pruthu, my dear Pruthu, see, Indra is here, is feeling ashamed of coming in front of you. You want to beg forgiveness, but he could not forgive. He could not beg forgiveness from you. Please, on his behalf, I am asking, please forgive him. He is asking forgiveness from you. So like that. Sudiya sadavo loke
Sudiya sadavo loke
Naradeva narottama
Naradeva narottamaha
Nabidhruyati bhutebhyo
Nabidruhyanti bhutebhyo
Yerhinatma kalevaram.
Yarhinatma kalevaram. O King, one who is advanced in intelligence and eager to perform welfare activities for others is considered best amongst human beings. An advanced human being is never malicious to others. Those with advanced intelligence are always conscious that this material body is different from the soul.
O king, the most intelligent devotees, the best of humans, do not harm other living beings because they know those bodies are not the souls. Basically, the best of the devotees never see the externals. So because the body being influenced by three modes sometimes make mistakes and they are not considered very serious by the great souls. That is what Lord Vishnu is saying. This is because the body is not the soul. How is it possible to be violent towards other living entities since one should not identify them as bodies? So like that. So don't be angry with Indra. So ultimately what can be done? Indra is not the body. So in that way, it's telling. But identification with the body arises from illusion, which is created by Lord's Maya only. But identity is there. But you may say that Indra is not the body, but Indra is identifying the body only. Yeah, that body is sitting on the Indra Simhasan and is behaving, being proud of his being Indra. How can we deny that? Then Lord Vishnu says, Purusha yadi muyyanti
पुरुषायदि मुह्यन्ति
vadrusha deva mayaya
तादृशा देवमायया
shrama eva param jato
मम एव परं जातो
दीर्घया वृद्ध सेवया
दीर्घया वृद्धसेवया. If a
अतकायम इमं
personality
विद्वान्
like you,
प्रभुजी one more shloka अतकायम इमं विद्वान्
अथ कायम् इमं विद्वान्
अविद्या काम कर्मभिः
अविद्या कामकर्मभिः
आरब्ध इति नैवास्मिन्
आरब्ध इति नैवास्मिन्
प्रतिबुद्धोऽनुसज्जते
प्रतिबुद्धो न सज्जते. If a personality like you, who are much advanced because of executing the instruction of a previous acharyas, is carried away by the influence of a material energy, then all your advancement may be considered simply waste of time.
Hmm.
Those
If
who are in
per
full knowledge,
yeah, please continue.
those who are in full knowledge of the bodily conception of life, who know that this body is composed of nescience, desires, and activities resulting from illusion, do not become addicted to the body.
So what happened till now is like from the point of view of maintaining the law and order of the world, somebody makes mistake, we need to be punished, etc. etc. But here Lord Vishnu is speaking some transcendental knowledge. So till now, Pruthu was behaving like a king. Now Lord Vishnu is telling Pruthu behave like a rishi. Because a rishi, a Brahmanical mentality person, does not take offenses that are done to oneself seriously. He always possesses compassion. He should need to behave like compassionate person in spite of being troubled, something like that. So from that point of view, Lord Vishnu is teaching now. But that means on the upper platform. So basically, from the Dharma platform, you need to protect and you need to maintain people, you need to punish the miscreants, etc. That is there. But from Jnana point of view, go beyond punishing and not punishing. So be compassionate and be tolerant and so in that way. If persons such as you are bewildered by the Lord's Maya, the only result is labor. Even a great person like you are bewildered by Maya and always saying that logically, according to Nyaya, according to law, and all these things, if you say, what will happen? Because you are the leader. If you yourself become subjected to the external dharma, whatever is being done by you will all simply wasted labor. That will not achieve any greater good, neither for you nor for the society. The man in knowledge, after realizing that this body arises from actions due to desire arising from ignorance. Avidya, kama, karma. Avidya means forgetfulness of oneself being the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. As a result of that, one identifies the oneself with the material body. For the purpose of the happiness of the material body, one have material desires. In order to accomplish these material desires, one executes material karma. So most of the material karma will be sinful activities only. And that puts one in the illusory and bondage. So is that what you want to propagate? You need to destroy that avidya, because you are in knowledge. You need to spread that knowledge to one and all. So how that can be possible? By long service to wise elders. Such a person is not attached to the body. Dhirgaya Vruddha Sevaya. Those who serve gurus and early Vaishnavas for a long time, such a person is not bewildered by the illusory Maya and does not become attached to the material body. And such a person will never subjected to sinful desires and sinful activities, etc., etc., etc. If persons are so bewildered, all their endeavors are useless. Realization arises from removing Maya by service to elders. So here Lord Vishnu is promoting one point, that Dhirgaya Vruddha Sevaya. How to do Vruddha Seva? So Brahmaji is one of the Vruddha. By following the instruction of Brahma, you can do Vruddha Seva. That means never ever again want to do the 100 sacrifice. Be happy with this and follow the Brahma's instruction of spreading Moksha Dharma instead of spreading Sadharana Dharma. So that desire will make you not to become attached to the body and will make your citizens also not to become attached to the body. That will bring greater good. So like that Lord Vishnu is teaching Brahma. The wise know that this body has arisen by actions out of desire through ignorance. By serving them, one will also realize this. When one realizes, one will not be subjected to Maya once again. So that is how we have to see the understanding, what Vishnu is saying. So like that. Slowly, Lord Vishnu is teaching the higher principle Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma, so that he will practice Bhagavad Dharma and he will institute Bhagavad Dharma throughout his kingdom, and people can go back home back to Godhead. That is the whole idea. Not only king, the king's responsibility to make sure that every citizen will go back home back to Godhead. So that is the role. Yeah, somebody raised their hand. Hare Krishna. Who is that? Bhakti Gopi Mataji, you want to say something? Okay. Asamsakta sharirasmin
असंसक्तः शरीरेऽस्मिन्
अमुनोत्पादिते गृहे
अमुनोत्पादिते गृहे
अपत्यद्रविणे वापि
पत्ते द्रविणे वापि
काकुर्यान् अममतां बुधा
कः
ममतां बुधा.
कुर्यान् ममतां बुद्धः. How can a highly learned person who has absolutely no affinity for the bodily conception of life be affected with the bodily conception in regard to house, children, wealth, and similar other bodily productions?
Then the Lord says, what wise person unattached to this body will have attachment for house, children, and wealth arising from the body? If a person oneself understands that I am not the body but I am the spirit soul, why would such kind of person will become attached to house, children, wealth, and arise other things connected to the body? So like that. So basically one will have sufficient detachment from this world. That's the point indicated here. Here Lord Vishnu teaches knowledge of Paramatma caused by detachment for those absorbed in Atma Jnana. Those who are self-realized, they will become slowly completely detached from the entire material world. So Jnana leads to Vairagya. So realizing oneself as Atma leads to detachment from all the worldly things of this world. That is what is indicated here. Ekashuddha Swayam Jyotir
एकशुद्धा स्वयं ज्योतिर्
Nirguno Saugunashrayah
निर्गुणासौ गुणाश्रयः
Sarvago Navrita Sakshi
सार्वगोनावृत साक्षी
Niratmatmatmana Param.
निरात्मात्मात्मनः परः. The individual soul is one, pure, non-material and self-effulgent. He is the reservoir of all good qualities and he is all-pervading. He is without material covering and he is the witness for all activities. He is completely distinguished from other living entities and he is the transcendental to all embodied souls.
Hmm. The Paramatma is pure. Now he is going to teach about Atma Jnana and Paramatma Jnana. In couple of verses talks about the glories of Atma and Paramatma, the distinction between the Paramatma and the material the Jivatma, and the distinction between the Jivatma and material body. All these things he simultaneously teaches. The proper knowledge. The Paramatma is pure, self-revealing, beyond the material gunas, the shelter of all the gunas, all pervading, uncovered by matter, the witness of all things, independent of all others, and different from the jiva and his body. These are the qualities of Paramatma. When we attribute the same qualities to Atma, the distinction between the Atma and body will be understood. When we attribute all these qualities to Paramatma, the distinction between the Paramatma and Jivatma is understood. So, how many qualities are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Total 9 qualities that distinguish Paramatma and Jivatma and the material body are indicated in this verse. Atma Ekaha Shuddha. So Shuddha, first quality. Swayam Jyoti, second quality. Nirguna, third quality. Asau Gunashraya, fourth quality. Sarva Gaha, fifth quality. Anavruta, sixth quality. Sakshi, seventh quality. Niratma, eighth quality. And then Atmanaha Paraha, ninth quality. These are the 9 qualities of the Paramatma which distinguish Paramatma and Jivatma. The Paramatma is different from the body and the Jiva. The first quality is the Paramatma is different from the body and the Jiva. Atmahana Paraha. Here Atma stands for Jiva also. Atma can also stand for body, the individual body. Though Paramatma is there in this body, the Paramatma is different from the Jivatma, who is also there in the same body, and Paramatma is different from the body in which it is living. So like that. Atmanaha Paraha. He is one, whereas the Jivas and their bodies are unlimited in number. Atmaha Eka Shuddha. The Paramatma is one everywhere, but the Jivatmas are unlimited and their bodies are unlimited. If we attribute it to Atma, Atma is one, but the same Atma takes on different bodies. This life human body, next life animal body, next life bird's body, insect body, aquatic body, Devata body, Gandharva, Kinnara, Kimpush, like that. The Atma will be keep changing the bodies. So one Atma having multiple bodies. So like that. So just like Paramatma is different from the body and Jivatma, similarly Jivatma is different from the body. That is also understood. The Jiva is impure without knowledge and covered by the gunas, whereas the Paramatma is pure with knowledge and without material gunas. So normally, under all circumstances, Paramatma is completely pure without touched by gunas. And the Jivatma is conditioned, touched by the gunas, and the material body anyway is product of gunas. But in a pure state, Jivatma is also not touched by gunas and is completely pure. But the material body is touched by the gunas and completely impure. So like that. That's why 3 qualities are over. The 4th quality is because he produces the gunas and he is independent of them. He is the shelter of the gunas. Like Mahavishnu is also Paramatma Prakriti. It is he who produces Prakriti and 3 gunas from Prakriti. So he is the creator of the Prakriti, he is the creator of the 3 gunas. So he is the Lord of the 3 gunas. Same way, why this material world has been created? for the purpose of the enjoyment of the Jivatma. So for Jivatma ke liye, for the sake of Jivatma only, the material world made up of three modes are created. That means the three modes are created for Jivatma, they belong to Jivatma. So what was that verse in the Bhagavad Gita? There is one verse now. So Jivatma is trying to enjoy. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankaram itiyamme binna prakriti ashada apareyam itasu anya prakritim viddhime param jivabhutam mahabaho edam dharyate jagat. So this jagat is made up of these eight elements are meant for Jiva's enjoyment. So they belong to Jiva in that sense. So like that. The Jiva is not pervading everywhere since he has a material body and conforms to it. Normally, Paramatma is everywhere. Andantarastha Paramanucha Antarastham. And Jivatma is localized. Jivatma is there only in one body. He cannot be everywhere. So like that. Same way, when we take into Jivatma, this time Jivatma in the human body in this particular location. In the next life, Jivatma will be in a different body in a different location, Svargaloka. Then uske baad Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Patala, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, like that. The Jivatma can travel to 14 planetary systems, but the body cannot travel. The human body belongs to Bharata Varsha Bhuloka only. The heavenly body belongs to heaven only. The Rishi body belongs to Maharloka, Tapaloka only. It cannot be everywhere. So like that, we can Jivatma is also Sarvaga. The Jiva is covered by house and other objects. The Jiva is not the witness because he is often unconscious and has closed vision. Normally, Paramatma is witnessing all our activities. Gatir Bharta, Prabhu Sakshi, Nivasa, Sharanam, Suhrud. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam, Ruddesh Arjun Tishtiti, Brahmayan Sarvabhutani, Yantra Rudani Maya. Sarvasya Chaham Risanni Vishto, Matasmutir Jnanam Apavanamcha. So Paramatma is said to be witness of all our activities in a normal condition because Jivatma is in a conditional state. But when Jivatma is in a pure state, is already reached Jivan Mukta platform, the Jivatma only remains witness that the senses are interacting with the sense objects. The mouth is eating, eyes are seeing, ears are hearing. I am not doing anything. Like that, a self-realized person behaves in a pure state. So like that. The Jiva is a small conscious entity dependent on Paramatma, whereas Paramatma is the greatest conscious entity and independent of Jiva, Niratma. Obviously, Paramatma is independent and Jivatma is subordinate to Paramatma. Normal, all Jivatmas are subordinate to Paramatmas. Similarly, in a pure state, Jivatma is independent. In a pure state, Jivatma does not need the material body. He is independent, but material body depends upon Jivatma. In a conditioned state, we may depend upon the body, but in a pure state, no Jivatma depends upon the body. He sees the body to be a separate person. That separate but that a separate person will be depend upon Jivatma. Like that, we have to understand. Thus, 9 qualities distinguish the Paramatma from the Jiva, and distinguishing the Jivatma from the body are described. By the statement as well, the 9 differences between the Jiva and his body are also shown. The first distinction is how Paramatma is separate from the Jivatma and the material body. Second distinction is how Jivatma is different from the material body. So these two understandings have been understood from this shloka. This shloka reveals that deep meaning. So that's how Lord Vishnu is instructing him. So understand the distinction between the Paramatma, Jivatma and the material body. Act on that platform so that you will go back home back to Godhead and people also will go back home back to Godhead. Instead of meddling with what is right, what is wrong, both you will remain here and people will remain here. So like that. So we'll continue. Ya evam santamatmanam
य एवं सन्तमात्मानम्
atmastam veda purushah
आत्मस्थं वेद पुरुष
नाज्यते प्रकृतिस्तोपि
नाज्यते प्रकृतिस्तोऽपि
Tadgunai swamai tadgunai samai sthiti.
Tadgunai samai istitah. Although within the material nature, one who is thus situated in full knowledge of the Paramatma and Atma is never affected by the modes of material nature, for he is always situated in my transcendental loving services.
The person who knows the Paramatma, situated in the self, though situated in the body, is not affected by the gunas of the body, since he is situated in me. So basically, one who is realized Paramatma is situated in me. Such a person is never bewildered by the influence of three modes of material nature. Though he is situated in the body, he is not affected by the gunas of the body because he is not situated in the body at all. He is already self-realized. A Paramatma realized person will never ever be influenced by the influence of three modes. Like that. Ya swadharmena mam nityam
यास्वर्धर्मेण मां नित्यं
nirashi shraddhayanvita
निराक्षी श्रद्धयान्वितः
bhajate shanakaitasya
भजते सनकैस्तस्य
मनोराजन् प्रसीदति.
मनोराजन् प्रसीदति. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, continued, My dear King Pruthu, when one situated in his occupational duty engages in my loving service without motive for material gain, he gradually becomes very satisfied within.
O king, one who without material desire worships me regularly with complete faith through his duties gradually develops a satisfied mind. Such a person who is Paramatma realized always engages in my devotional service. That is understanding. What is that verse? Aham sarvasya prabho mattam sarvam pravartate iti matva vajanti mam buddha bhava samanvita. Matchita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantaccha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So these two verses combine together with this verse. Ya swadharmena mam nityam nirashi, without material desires, shraddhayana, with complete faith. What he will do? Bhajate, worships me. Shanakai, always, continuously. Satya, mano, rajan prasidati. Such kind of person's mind will be completely pleased, satisfied, like that. Having realized the above knowledge, one then endeavors by Bhakti Mishra Jnana, Swadharmena. Here it is called as Bhakti Mishra Jnana, means Bhakti is there, but because he is a king, so along with Bhakti, he has his own duties also. He will execute all his duties along with Bhakti. He does not do his duty just for the sake of doing duty. That is the understanding. Parityakta gunas samyak
परित्यक्ता गुणाः सम्यक्
darshano vishadashayah
दर्शनो विशदाश्रयः
shantim me samavasthanam
शान्तिं मे समवस्थानं
brahma kaivalyamashnuते.
ब्रह्मकैवल्यम् अश्नुते. When the heart is cleansed of all material contamination, the devotee's mind becomes broader and transparent, and he can see things equally. At the stage of life, there is peace, and one is situated equally with me as Satchidananda Vigraha.
So what will happen to such a person? So it is mentioned here. Gunas samyak darshano vishadashaya shantim me samavasthanam brahma kaivalyam ashnute. Such a person very easily attains liberation, brahma kaivalyam. Being devoid of the influence of the gunas, seeing correctly with pure mind, such a person attains peace a position of non-difference called Brahma Kaivalya. So say Tesham Satta Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhiyogam Yanama Upayantite. Such a person, such a person easily comes to me. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says. So here also this person eventually attains Brahma Kaivalya. Because here the process is mentioned here is Brahma Mishra Jnana, Bhakti Mishra Jnana. So because they are practicing Jnana, Atma Jnana, Paramatma Jnana very seriously, such a person desires to attain Brahma Kaivalya. And that will be attained very easily. So like that, Lord is instructing, because he is a king, he is supposed to institute this kind of system in the society. So Lord is instructing accordingly. 1.5 verses describe the result of this practice. Such a person attains Shanti. It is my general state without difference. That is also called Brahman or Kaivalya. So in Bhagavad Gita also we have a word called Shanti. 5th chapter I think the word comes. Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvalokamayeshwaram Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam Jnatvam Shanti Mrichati. Such a person attains Shanti means such a person attains Brahma Kaivalya. So whether in the Bhagavad Gita or in the Bhagavatam, when the word Shanti is there, Shanti stands for Brahma Kaivalya. So like that. It is my general state without differences. That is also called Brahman or Kaivalya. Brahman means Samavasthanam. Everywhere it is same. Distinction नहीं रहेगा. सब जगह पर एक तरह रहता है. That is the definition of Brahman. So like that. The correct vision is explained now. So having explained this Brahma Kaivalya, the process of attaining Brahma Kaivalya, the Lord further continues. Uvasi udasinam ivadhyaksham
उदासीनवाद्यक्षम्
dravya jnana kriyatmanam
द्रव्यज्ञानक्रियात्मनाम्
कूटस्थम imam atmanam
कूटस्थम् इमम् आत्मानम्
यो vedapnoti shobhanam.
यो वेदाप्नोति शोभनम्. Anyone who knows that this material body, made of the 5 gross elements, the sense organs, the working senses, and the mind, is simply supervised by the fixed soul, is eligible to be liberated from material bondage.
So what is the meaning of Atma Jnana? What kind of Atma Jnana enables one to attain Brahma Nirvana? So that is little bit elaborated now in the upcoming shlokas. Here Lord is speaking, one who knows the indifferent jiva as the superintendent of the mind along with gross organs, subtle sense organs and sense devatas, and knows the Paramatma, attains release from this material world. So basically, one who understands that this body is made up of 24 elements, the 4 antakaranas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, 5 tanmatras, 5 panchamahabhutas, and all these 24 elements are subordinate to the soul, who is the superintendent of this entire body, and that soul is subordinate to super soul. Whoever has this understanding, they will very soon attain release from this material world. That is understanding. One who knows the jiva, who acts without attachment in controlling the mind with sense objects, subtle organs and sense devatas, and knows the Paramatma, attains release from this world. Whoever understanding the Sankhya properly, they eventually attain liberation. That is understanding. So whoever has this proper understanding, they are considered to be self-realized. The word Iva indicates that though the Jiva is not completely indifferent to the world, in the state of practice, he is aiming for perfection of Jnana. So generally in the beginning days, one may not be indifferent to the entire material world, but that will be the ultimate goal of the practitioner. Ultimately, they want to become indifferent to the entire material world. It means complete Vairagya. Then only they can attain liberation. Then only they can give up this material world and go back to transcendence. Then the question comes, how can the jiva be free from birth and death by just being indifferent to the body and senses while supervising them? Will that be possible? Then Lord will address. Just by being indifferent to the body, by being the supervisor of the operation of the body, will a person attain Sayuja? Somebody may question. The answer is Pinnasya lingasya guna pravaho.
भिन्नस्य लिङ्गस्य गुणप्रवाहो
Dravya
Prabhuji, please continue.
kriyakaraka chetanatmanaha.
द्रव्यक्रियाकारकः चेतना मनः
Drishtasu sampastu vipastu surayo.
दृष्ट्वास्तु सम्पस्तु विपस्तु सूर्यो
Na vikriyante mai baddha sahruda.
न विक्रियन्ते मयि बद्धः सौत्र. Translation. Lord Vishnu told King Pruthu, "My dear king, the constant change of this material world is due to the interaction of the three modes of material nature. The five elements, the senses, the demigod who control the senses, as well as the mind, which is agitated by the spirit soul, all these taken together comprise the body. Since the spirit soul is completely different from this combination of gross and subtle material elements, my devotee, who is connected with me in intense friendship and affection, being completely in knowledge, is never agitated by material happiness and distress."
Samsara takes place only because of identification with the subtle body, composed of intelligence, the five sense objects, the five sense organs, the 10 sense organs, the 10 senses, Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas, and the 10 sense devatas. So when we identify with the subtle body, which is made up of Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana, 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, and 10 senses, and 5 Tanmatras. All these are considered to be the subtle body. The more the identification, the more the bondage, and the more the samsara. Like that. The devotees bound to me by friendship are not disturbed on seeing the happiness and distress of this world. Why one's attachment to subtle body increases? One who is interested in happiness in this material world, their attachment to subtle body increases and their bondage will increase. That is understanding. Samsara arises from the subtle body, which is different from the jiva. This is the difference. The subtle body has a swarupa of sense objects, sense organs, sense devatas, and intelligence. Subtle body is made up of all these things. Sense organ means 5 gross senses, 5 subtle senses, 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas. Sense organs means sense objects means that 5 tanmatras, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, the 10 sense devatas. Intelligence stands for the 4 antakaranas, man, buddhi, ahankara, chetana, all the 4. Like that. The meaning is this: by identity with the subtle body, the jiva undergoes samsara, and by detachment from the subtle body, one is liberated from samsara. Though one supervises the subtle body, is not harmful for the jiva. Though he possesses and interacts with it, he does not identify with it. So problem is not supervising, problem is not utilizing. Problem is with identifying with it. When we identify, we are bound. When we utilize, when we supervise it, when we oversee the operation of the subtle body and gross body, we are in the liberated platform. It has been said that one can become free from samsara by striving for it by Bhakti Mishra Jnana, Swadharmena in verse 9. But by pure bhakti, even without striving for freedom from samsara, one attains that result that is stated in this verse. The understanding is in Bhakti Mishra Jnana, one need to analyze and think oneself different from the body, gross body, subtle body. One need to make an endeavor, try to disassociate from the body. But in bhakti, instead of disassociating, engage the body in the service of Supreme Lord. By engaging the body in the service of Supreme Lord, eventually one offers one's body to Supreme Lord. Having offered it to Supreme Lord, one says it is no more belongs to me. There one has to say, I am not this. Here one will say, it will not belong to me, it will belong to Supreme Lord. It is meant for Lord's service. So that should be the motive, that should be the mentality of a devotee. So in that way one should behave. The devotee is not disturbed by material happiness and distress because he has no attachment for the world. The reason for non-attachment is given. He is bound to me by friendship because the devotees are bound to be Supreme Lord in friendship, so they are not interested in the material world. This condition arises from the pure bhakti. This is stated in third canto also. That's how previously Lord spoke about Bhakti Mishra Jnana. Now Lord is speaking Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Since you are bound to me by affection, you should follow my orders. That Lord explains in 4 verses. So what King Pruthu should do, how King Pruthu should rule his kingdom, so that the entire kingdom will be spread with Bhakti Mishra Jnana and Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Because knowledge is required for anyone. So with some knowledge, one should practice Bhakti, and with some Bhakti and knowledge, one should practice their dharma, respect to dharmas. So with that intention, now the last 4 slokas, Lord says how Pruthu should conduct himself and how he should rule the entire kingdom. So quickly we see these 5 slokas and then we'll end for today. Samassamano tamamadhyamadama Krishna
समानोत्तममध्यमात्मा
Sukhe cha dukhe cha jitendriyasavaha
सुखे च दुःखे च जितेन्द्रियाशयः
Mayopaklitta kilaloka samyuto
मयोपकृतप्ताखिलोकसंयुतो
विदस्ववीरा किल लोकरक्षणम्
विदत्सुवीरा अखिललोकरक्षणम्.
I will
My
read
dear,
Mataji. I will read Mataji. No problem.
okay, Prabhuji,
O
no problem.
hero,
Thank you.
being equal in happiness and distress. So this is again, what was that verse? Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Dei nosmita deve kamonam yavanam jara tata deyantar prati tira tatrana muyati. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada. Agama apaino anityas tam titikshasva bharata. Those who tolerate the dualities of this world. Emina vetayam tete Emina vetayam tete purusham purusharshaba samadukka sukam dira. So amrutattvaya kalpate. Such a person attains amrutatva, eternality. No other person will attain. The same thing is mentioned here. O hero, being equal in happiness and distress, treating high, middle, and low living entities equally. What was that verse from 5th chapter? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gaviyasni Sunishev Sabhakecha Pandita Samdarshana. Controlling the mind and senses, equipped with all types of persons supplied by me, please engage in protecting all people. So Lord says, you are the king. Please protect all the people with proper understanding, proper knowledge. So like that. You should be equal in material happiness or distress. You should treat equally those who elevated, ordinary, or degraded in the gunas. Matlab, people in the sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna, you treat them equally. You are endowed with all people, such as ministers created by me. Being given by the being given power by the Lord, I will protect the you protect the population since it is the order of the Lord. That should be your mentality. So what do you think that? So the Lord has given me the position and power, so I need to protect all the people. This is the primus duty of mine. This should be the thought process, and with that thought process, maintain the people. Like this, the first instruction of the Supreme Lord. Have the knowledge, treat all the people equally with that knowledge, and take care of them properly. Okay, that is your foremost duty. श्रेय प्रजापालनमेव राजनो Hare Krishna, someone please repeat. No one is there.
श्रेय
श्रेय
प्रजापालनमेव
प्रजापालन
राज्ञो
एव राज्ञो
यस्सां पराये सुकृताश्चष्टुमंशम्
यत्सां पराये सुकृतात् आंसम्
हृतान्यताहृत् हृतान्यताहृतपुण्यप प्रजानाम्
हर्तान्यथा हृत पुण्य प्रजानाम्
अरक्षिता करहारोग्नमर्ति
अरक्षिता कर हरोघम् अर्ति
It is most beneficial for the king to protect the population. Praja palanam eva rajno shreya. For a king, the most beneficial thing is to protect the people. Why? Because he enjoys 1/6 of the pious acts of the citizens in the next life. Just by being the king gets 1/6 of the piety of each and every citizen. If there are 1,000 citizens, whatever piety they have done, 1/6 of that directly will go to the king. So king is only one person only. He will get 1,000 into 1/6. That much piety he will get. He alone may not accumulate so much piety, but when he takes care of the citizens properly, he will accumulate so much piety. Otherwise, not protecting the citizens, the king, they take his pious acts and he suffer their sin. If the king does not protect the people properly, whatever piety the king alone collected, that piety will be distributed among all the citizens. And whatever sins the people have performed, that sin will come to the king. So it is like that. This is the Shastri Lord Vishnu himself is saying. This applies not only for a king, the same rule applies for any leader at any place. The leader may be in the company, the leader may be in the family, the leader may be in the temple or in any institution, anywhere in school or anywhere. A leader, this is the rule, applies to the leader and subordinates. Protecting the population is the duty of other kings also. In the next life, the king receives 1/6 portion from the piety of all the population. If king does not protect the population properly, the king's piety will go to students, all the citizens, and the papa of all the citizens will come to the king. So basically, the king gets 1/6 of papa or punya of all the citizens. If he rules properly, people perform only punya activities, king only get punya. If he does not rule properly, people perform sin, king will get sin. And the same way, when the subordinate accept the superiority of a king, whatever king performs, if king does punya, they will get 1/6 of the punya of the king. If the king does papa, people also will get 1/6 of papa of the king. That's all. So this rule is applicable on both the sides. So like that. So then, evam dvijagryanumatanuvritta
एवं द्विजाक्रियानुमतानुवृत्ता
dharma pradhanonyatamo vittasya
धर्म प्रधानोऽन्यतमो वितास्याः
harshvena kalena gruhopayatan
ह्रस्वेन कालेन गृहोपयातान्
दृष्टा सिद्धानुरक्तलोकः.
दृष्टासि सिद्धान् अनुरक्तलोकाः
Being the leader of Dharma, being the leader in Dharma, traditionally handed down and approved by the best Brahmanas, Dvija Agriya Anumata. Being unattached to your position, protecting the earth, and being loved by the citizens, you will see great saints coming to your house in a short time. If you simply conduct yourself following the tradition set by your ancestors and following the instructions of elderly brahmanas and gurus, and if you continue to protect earth and you love all the citizens and loved by all the citizens, very soon the great souls will visit you, and then they will show their mercy upon you and your kingdom. So Lord is predicting that in the very future, in the nearby future, some great souls will come to you. If you do like this, like that, you will be the chief person engaged in dharma, handed down and approved by the Brahmanas, knowledgeable of scriptures. You will be unattached to all these things. Another version as Aikyapadya. The meaning is being the chief person engaged in dharma and combining it with other artha, kama, and moksha as well. Basically, if you follow your ancestors, if you follow the instructions of the great Brahmanas, if you remain yourself detached from the kingly opulence and enjoyment mentality, if you treat your people as your own children, if you are loved by your children, very soon great souls will be visiting you. If the great souls will visit you, obviously you attain liberation, your attainment of liberation is guaranteed. Like that, how a king should conduct oneself, how a kingdom should be running, etc. etc. Lord is indicating here in this verse. Having instructed Pruthu in all these things, finally he says that, my dear Pruthu, if you have any desired benediction, please ask me. I am here to award you that. That is the last thing Lord says. Varanchamatkanjanamana
Varam च मत्काञ्चनमानवेन्द्र
Vrunishvateham gunashilayantritah
वृणीष्वतेऽहं गुणशीलयान्त्रितः
Naham makairvai sulabastapobhir
नाहं मखैर्वै सुलभस्तपोभिः
Yogena vaya samachittavarti.
योगेन वाच्यत् समचित्तवर्ती.
O King of men, Manava Indra, ask any benediction from me. I am controlled by your qualities and nature. I am not easily attained by sacrifices, difficult austerities, or yoga. Na aham maka makava sulabha makaivai sulabha tapobir yogenava. Either by yajna or by tapasya or by yoga, I am not attained easily, since I am situated in all their hearts neutrally. But I am easily attained by bhakti. So since you have bhakti, I am very much pleased with you. Like that Lord is saying. The Lord speaks with mercy without any mystery. I am controlled by your good qualities and good behavior because of your bhakti. Because it is impossible for the Lord to be controlled by material qualities and material conduct, King Pruthu's qualities and nature are all spiritual, arising from bhakti. He had qualities of mercy, forgiveness, and had a nature of humility and affection, which he showed towards Indra. I am not obtained by other process because I am situated in their hearts equally or neutrally, as the overseer, not controlled by them. So Naham Prakasha Sarmasya Yogamaya Samavruta. So that is there. That there is one more verse is there na. Samoham Sarabhutani Name Desho Sinapriyaha. E Bhajantu Mam Bhaktya Maite Teshu Chapyaham. For people in general, I am neutral Paramatma. But for my devotees, I am a close friend. So like that, Lord is indicating here. So this is how Lord Vishnu spoke, okay, with King Pruthu. Initially on behalf of Indra, later on indicating him the jnana, the knowledge that is required for a person, at least especially for the leader like a king. With that jnana, he can institute Bhakti Mishra Jnana and Bhakti Mishra Bhakti all over the kingdom, so that people will attain liberation or Vaikuntha eventually. Then he being the king, how he should conduct himself, how he should follow the rule the kingdom. All these things he mentioned in 3 verses. Last one verse he says, if you have any benediction, please ask me. Like that he says and he stops. And then Pruthu will offer wonderful prayers, and those prayers we'll see in our next class. Hare Krishna. Sorry for the delay, thoda late ho gaya. So we'll stop here. Any questions just before closing?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, प्लीज एक्सेप्ट माय
Krishna.
हम्बल ओबेसेंसेस। प्रभु जी, जैसे आपने बताया लीडर के लिए, तो ऐसा जैसे फैमिली में हस्बैंड इज लीडर है ना, तो वो जो भी भक्ति, जैसे हस्बैंड भक्त है तो वो सब बच्चों में और सब में वो बेनिफिट आएगा भक्ति का।
Yes, yes, yes. It is a general rule
Or
applicable for not only for king and subordinate, king and citizens. It is applicable everywhere for a leader and subordinate. The same principle is applicable.
और यदि वाइफ मतलब हस्बैंड भक्त नहीं है, वाइफ भक्त है, तो वो हस्बैंड को बेनिफिट होगा कि नहीं होगा? That
दोनों
is
का
my
बेनिफिट
question
होगा.
actually.
See, whatever
अच्छा.
is being done by the subordinate, good or bad, some part of it will go to the master. Whatever is good or bad done by the master, some part of it will come to subordinate also.
Mm.
It is both
Yes,
the
yes.
way.
Because I was thinking, but somebody told me that if wife does, it doesn't go to husband. So I just wanted to clear it.
No, not like
Thank you,
that.
Prabhuji.
It will go.
Okay.
Especially in the case of wife and husband, it becomes 150-50%. Because अर्धांगी बोलते हैं ना.
Yes,
But
Prabhuji.
normally in the case of king and all, it is 1/6. Whatever people does,
Mm.
1/5 of that will directly go to king, and remaining 5/6 will be for them. And whatever king is done, see, there are people are more, so every person's 1/6 will come to king. But king is only one, so whatever king does, उनका उनसे भी थोड़ा बहुत subsidies के लिए जाएगा. So he should be very strong, very proper, so that he remains intact. Kindly remember this principle. Later on, king will himself talk about this principle in the future chapters. Very soon we'll discuss about that also elaborately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, but I have heard, or I think I have read also, that if the husband does bhakti, it is 50-50 for wife and husband. But if the husband does some wrong thing, that belongs to him and not to the wife.
Okay, we have that story, na, that Mugari story, even Valmiki Ratnakar story also we hear that.
Yeah.
The wife will say that I'm doing all this killing the animals, I'm going to hell, but all of you are coming to hell or not? Then their wife says that, see, it is your duty to maintain us. So how to maintain, you have to think about it. So you only know how to kill the animals, you are maintaining us. So because of that, so we never insisted that you should hunt for our maintenance. So we are not held responsible for your sinful activities. So she also logically explains that is true. But see, acceptance also, the sharing also is based on the acceptance. The citizens accept the king as their king, the king accepts the citizens as their citizens. So when there is acceptance, then there is sharing of karma. If there is no acceptance, then there won't be any sharing of karma.
Okay.
So that is there. But in any case, see, we also understand how to understand the context also. In which context, in which context this is applicable, in which context there could be some exception. So that also we need to understand from case to case. In general, this is the principle, and there could be some exceptions in special conditions.
But Prabhuji, at workplace, when someone is a at leader or a high position, so there means we do good, but then when there are around 300-400 people working under you, and they are not doing good, so should we means consider that their bad karma is going
Yeah,
to?
it will come. Actually, it's very easy to understand. If you are a manager, you have 100 subordinates. If 100 subordinates are doing good, your firm will make profit and everyone gets benefited. If somebody is not doing good, that profit will be hampered. Yes or no?
So,
In
but
a
that
practical
is
sense
measured
also.
in the terms of profit, Prabhu. I'm asking
No, in the
about the
practical, in a day-to-day,
karma.
in our practical thing, we can see the profit is hampered and the company growth will be hampered. That means everyone is affected. The boss
No,
is
I was
affected, subordinate
speaking
also
about
affected.
karma, Prabhuji, as not
No, this is also
about the
karma, na.
profit.
This is also karmic reaction only. Why it is not karma? See, karma we may see it, the result is going to come in the future. This is also coming now, immediately it is showing up, maybe in due course of time.
Okay, okay.
It is very simple practical example. So, for example, in a family, the entire family is going on properly. If one person makes a grave mistake in the family, that the entire village look down upon this family or not?
Yes.
Even though one person makes a mistake,
Yeah.
that means they share the karma. The entire family will share the karma of one person.
So if one
And
employee
say
does
and same
bad,
way, And same way, if one child, for example, nowadays, at least children, if they do very well in the 10th class marks or inter marks, or if they attain nice JE rank, the entire family is glorified. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ah, so like that, we have to see. Sharing will happen like this only.
No, but I was thinking that the bad karmas which they do, means like, employing, telling about an hospital where I'm working. Now there are around 400, 500 people, and they have their own, doings. We want to make a hospital very nice, but if their acts are going to affect our karmas also, so how do we relate that? You told na that the 1/5 of karma comes to the leader, or like, so.
1/6 of karma comes. Yes. See, simple. Hospital, na, you want to take care of the patients very nicely. But somebody at lower rung, they might want to do something illegal. So they will be
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Initially, it will not be known to anybody. But the day when it comes out, who will be affected?
We all
The
will
head
be
will,
affected.
everyone will be
Patients will be
affected.
affected.
The leader also will be affected. Na? The leader cannot say that, no, I don't know. It is happening without my knowledge, and somebody, of course, that person will be given capital punishment. And the leader also, he may be affected financially from reputation point of view, because उनका hospital में ऐसा हो रहा है. He has not done anything, but नाम तो फेल गए. So like that,
But
it happens.
we can't stop that. Means somebody acting,
So
and
whether
therefore
you can't stop, but that is the responsibility of the leader. Leader means he has to take the responsibility of everyone. May not 100%, but some part. That's why 1/6 only. If somebody subordinate makes mistake, the 1/6 will be given to the 1/6 of the result will be given to the master, not completely. The person who is doing gross mistake will be capital penalized. The master may be, to whatever extent is involved, that much only will be penalized. So like
okay,
that we have to understand. Same karma principle also acts like that.
okay. Yes,
Uh,
thank you.
because
Prabhuji,
it is
just a
it is a
fast
it is a it is a great responsibility, because a leader is not just leader. Okay, I am leader, I have nothing to do, I can do whatever. No, a leader, actually, this is the Shastra principle. You, by becoming leader, you are accepting everyone to be yours, and you are held responsible for their good or bad. So like that. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. In a family, if a husband is offensive, so that offenses come to us also, like to wife also.
Obviously, na, if husband criticizes somebody, and when you go out, will the other family will look at you down or not? ये उनका पत्नी है करके बोलेंगे नहीं?
लेकिन घर में बैठ के बोलेंगे तो वो तो किसी को नहीं मालूम चलेगा ना प्रभु जी. ऑफेंस तो हो ही रहा है लेकिन.
See, you are speaking from city point of view, but in general I'm speaking. It's not that the thing. See, generally, that's what I'm saying now. When we treat our entire family to be one unit, even if one person does something good or bad, the good reputation or bad reputation comes to the entire family. Even though that person may be glorified, like for example, somebody cracked JE, got some rank within 10. Of course, obviously, that boy or girl will be glorified like anything. Same time, the entire family also will be glorified. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji. True.
Same way, if someone does something wrong, that person will be criticized the most, but the family also will be criticized little bit.
Hmm.
उनका बेटा ऐसा किया, like that.
Yes, but we can't stop it. We have to take their karma
But
because we are family.
because you have accepted him as your person, so it will come. That
Yes,
is the
Prabhuji.
responsibility.
And
That is the
yes,
responsibility. Like that. So
thank you, Prabhuji.
thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here for today. Both late, okay? You might be having other things also. So thank you very much for joining. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. We'll meet again in the next